Good morning, Namaskar. Suraj Singh, civil engineer, Bharat, Faridabad. Current affairs of this country, Bharat, India, and many other countries. Starting with our country, I have to remind you about Constitution of India, Constitution of Bharat, Bharat ke Samvidhan preambles, and we have to understand it every time. It's very important. And what do you call it? We have to ask questions to ourselves. We cannot stop ourselves. We cannot sleep. We have to ask questions what actually we are, what country we is, where we are living in, what are its foundations, what are its basics, what are preambles. Preambles means basic structure of constitution. Preamble means a statement that declares clearly to whole world what we are, what is our structure, what is our policy, what is our parameter, what foundations we have, what we want to aim, what's our aim, what we want to achieve in this life as a nation, as a society of name Bharat, India. And I call it SSSDR because we are sovereign, socialist, secular, and democratic republic, which is very important. So we have to ask a question. Do we comply with it, what we accepted ourselves to be and adopted ourselves to be? In 1950, we started with that statement. Are we moving on that statement or we have forgotten that statement? This is a big question mark. If we are not able to move on the statement, what is the reason behind that? Why we are not moving? Where we have lost ourselves? Or we have forgot? Are we so short in memory that we can forget only in 72 years what we were? What our statement clearly says, and I repeat now, it is written available for information. It is necessary to, you should refresh that. What it says, the question is, do we know about the structural power of Constitution of India as given below under title of Preamble of Constitution of India as SSDR and as a Bharat India sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, Bharat India, and that says, we people of Bharat, India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India Bharat into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and opportunity, and promote among them all fraternity, assuring dignity of individual and unity and integrity of nation. On this was adopted, this was stated, this was recorded in Constituent Assembly on 26th day, November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. Have you gone through this? हम भारत के लोग, हम इंडिया के लोग, हम भारत के लोग पूरी निष्ठा से ये फैसला करते हैं, ये हल करते हैं कि हम इस देश को बनाएंगे, इंडिया भारत को एक स्वराज्य, सोवरन, प्रभुसत्ता संपन्न देश, एक देश जो समाज बने, समाज के प्रिंसिपल्स पर आधारित हो, समाजवाद पर आधारित हो, जो कि पंथ निरपेक्ष हो, लोकतांत्रिक हो, गणतांत्रिक हो, और इससे हम सब नागरिकों को जो उस देश के हैं इंसाफ मिले, सामाजिक इंसाफ, आर्थिक इंसाफ, राजनीतिक इंसाफ, स्वतंत्रता मिले, विचारों की, सोच की, विश्वास की, और आप कह सकते हैं विश्वास या फेथ, कुछ भी कह लीजिए, और पूजा करने की पद्धति की, बराबरी मिले पदों की, समाज के अंदर हमारा क्या रुतबा है उसकी, और अवसरों की, और हम सब में उन्नति की जाएगी, हम सब के अंदर भाईचारा पैदा किया जाएगा, एक मत पैदा किया जाएगा, ऑनर, इज्जत पैदा की जाएगी, एक आदमी की, समाज की एकता की और राष्ट्र की एकता की। ये 26 नवंबर को हमने माना था, हमने स्वीकार किया था, इसको कानून बनाया था और इसको हमने अपने आप को दिया था। यह है हमारा preamble. This is our preamble basis on which our constitution works. Our constitution was designed. It contains 395 articles and later on many amendments were added to this. This is our basic thought, principle, philosophy, you may say whatever you call it. If you speak on this, you can take many papers, you can write books on this, but we did not write We do not intend to write books on this. We just want to intend to understand this. And if you do not understand this as citizen of this country, you may be young or you may be old. You may be educated or you may be illiterate. Doesn't matter. You are a part of this country. You are a human being. You are honor of this country. Everybody is honor of this country. And we have to realize this fact. The ownership is not easy to respond to. If you are honored, you have to take responsibility. You have to accept obligation. You have to work towards that. And if you cannot work towards that, you cannot take rights from that. And rights you are taking. Every right is given to you according to the Constitution, but you are not doing accordingly. Rights are not free. Rights can never be free. You have to repay. You have to repay responsibility. You have to repay obligation. You have to perform. You have to do something to maintain that right, and that is your duty. If you can understand this constitutional preambles, foundations of our Constitution, it is expression of what we want to achieve. That is very important. If we are not able to achieve this, we don't need this Constitution. We don't need all policies. If we want to stay as a commanding nation, as a nation with integrity and honor among world, we have to understand thoroughly what are our foundations. Unfortunately, this is not understood by people of India except those who are in power or except those who want to enjoy power from our various institutions. It is for public. It is not exclusively meant for our institutions and politicians. Politicians abuse this because they know people are not taking interest in this. People often do not take interest in this. That when people starting taking interest in this, they shall certainly know what are rights. When people start reading Constitution, when common man tries to understand Constitution, that day you will get your national education, you will get your rights, you will get to know what we are. And once you start knowing what you are, you can lead this nation yourself through your representatives. But their representatives know. They are representatives only for getting elected, otherwise they are masters of this nation and you are slave of this nation. Until you know this, you must have justice, you must have liberty, you must have equality, and that comes from sovereignty, socialism, secularism, democracy, principles, republic principles. But you have to understand that you only understand democracy, you don't understand what's the meaning of sovereignty, you don't understand what's the meaning of socialism, what's the meaning of secular, what's the meaning of republic. These meanings you do not understand. I have told many times you have to try to understand them. That is a problem, that once you understand them, then there is no value of prime minister and there is no value of president, there is no value of institutions, because these are running under you, you are commanding them. When you understand this point, you shall be successful citizen of this country, and this constitution will be successful, these preambles will be successful, freedom fighters' effects will be successful, all those of us who laid the lives of this nation, for services of this nation, for to get achieved, to get your kinds of freedom, they will be happy that day. But they are all sad this way, because people are sleeping. We have been sleeping since we got this independence. We did not care for that. Those who lived their lives, they have gone, but they left us with certain power, which power we cannot understand. Our power is being snatched, being robbed by these politicians, and they are enjoying that power. So we have to understand this point of view is critical. What is sovereignty and socialism and secularity and democracy, the principles. We'll explain them. We already explained. I also explained them, but we'll take care of that. So, but now we are going to discuss something else, because we want justice, liberty, and equality, and all this. You must get only when you do your duty, your job, and your duty is that preambles is there, but there is duty. These are duty-based preambles. And Article 51 of Constitution, you know, maybe, or you may not be knowing, is a fundamental duty which says what you have to do to get these rights, to get the privileges, value of constitution, your freedom, your security. If you want to get that, you have to define the rights and the duties. These duties are very important for each citizen of this country. You may be wherever you are, whatever institutions you work, whether on government or non-government, you may be parliamentary, you may be lawmaker, you may be whatever it is. This is your duty as citizen of this country, from lowest person to highest person. If that person does that duty, that's fine. You can save this country, you can promote this country, you own this country, or else you are considered only virtual slave and not honor of this country. That's point on the race, and you have to get that. We shall be duty of our citizen of this country, that you have to understand this, to abide by Constitution, respect the ideals, means you have to abide by Constitution and respect its ideals. And then ideals means you have to draw the attention of ideals, what ideals are and what institutions are. So the Constitution and respect its ideals and institutions, national flag and national anthem, and then cherish and follow noble ideals which inspire our national struggle for freedom. These are all commanding statements that you have to understand. If you cannot understand, then no use at all. You are not sitting in this country. You are just like a dead animal. To uphold and protest, to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. To uphold and protect sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. To defend country and render national service when called upon to do so, to provide harmony and the spirit of brotherhood amongst all people of our country, transcending religious, linguistic, and regional or sectional diversity, to renounce the practice derogative to dignity of women, to value and preserve rich heritage of our country, of our culture, to protect and improve natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, and wildlife, and to have compassion for living creatures, to develop scientific temper, humanism and spirit of inquiry and reform, to safeguard public property and to abjure violence, to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity, so that nation constantly rises to higher level of endeavor and achievement. Who is a parent or guardian has to provide education to child between the age of 6 and 14 years. This is in duties. And then Article 74 you have to understand, which is appointment of Prime Minister, and then you have to Article 81 you have to understand Lok Sabha Constitution. This is also related to your duties because you have to appoint PM through president and through MPs, and then you have to take care of constitutional Lok Sabha through your member of parliament, Lok Sabha, who are your representatives. You have to take this into consideration that you have right to appoint all these MPs, and before that you have to understand constitution, and then only you can abide. You cannot abide by constitution if you cannot understand this. That is very important. आपको कर्तव्य है देश के अंदर हर नागरिक का कि भारत के संविधान को माने, और भारत के संविधान को तभी मानेगा जब संविधान को समझेगा। जब तक नहीं समझेगा तो ना संविधान को मान सकता है, ना वो प्रियम्बल्स को मान सकता है। कि मानने के लिए आपको समझना जरूरी है। ये खाली कहना कि मैं मानता हूं उतना काफी नहीं है। आपको उन बातों का भी विचार करना होगा, उनका मान सम्मान रखना होगा जिसके लिए हमारी स्वतंत्रता का संग्राम हुआ, इसके लिए हमारी स्वतंत्रता चली, स्वतंत्रता की लड़ाई चली। उसके पीछे क्या चीजें थी, क्या सोच विचार था, वो हमें समझना होगा। खाली ये नहीं था कि हमें अंग्रेजों को यहाँ से भगा देना है और खुद रहना है। हमें रहना है एक ढंग से, एक तरीके से। हमें प्राप्त करना है इस देश के मान सम्मान को, इस देश की जनता के लिए, इस देश को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए बहुत सारे आइडियल से बहुत सारे सोच विचार रहे होंगे तो शायद हम भी आज भी नहीं जानते। और उन संस्थानों को मानना होगा जो भारत के संस्थान है। भारत के संस्थान जो संविधान में दी है, या संविधान में नहीं दी है, कानूनों में दी है, नियमों में दी है, वो सारे संस्थान जो भारत के हैं उनको हमें मानना होगा, वो आवश्यक है। उनकी इज्जत करनी होगी, संविधानों को भी उस तरह से काम करना होगा। राष्ट्रीय झंडा है उसको हमारी इज्जत करनी होगी, राष्ट्रीय गान है, जो भी है उस सबको हमको एक तरह से देखना होगा जो देखना चाहिए। और उन आइडियल्स को, उन ऊंचाई और लेवल के आइडियल्स को जो हमारे स्वतंत्र सेनानी वाले किए, राष्ट्रीय के स्ट्रगल किया, संघर्ष किया स्वतंत्रता की प्राप्ति के लिए, बहुत जरूरी है उनकी इज्जत करना, चमकाना, उनको आगे लेके जाना, उनको आगे बढ़ाना, उनके फॉलो करना। और जब भी इस देश की स्वतंत्रता को, इस देश की प्रभुसत्ता को, इस देश की एकता को, इस देश की आपस के समझौते वाली जिंदगी में रहने को, यूनिफाई करने के स्टेटस को जो है उसको हमें ऊंचा रखना होगा, उसकी रक्षा करनी होगी। और उसके बाद हमें देश को रक्षा बचाना होगा, रक्षा करनी होगी। जब भी आवश्यकता पड़े हमें देश को बचाने के सब कुछ करना होगा जो कर सकते हैं हम, या करना चाहिए, जब भी कहा जाए या ना कहा जाए। हमें एकता रखनी होगी, भाईचारा रखना होगा समाज के लोगों में, सारे लोगों में, चाहे वो किसी भी क्षेत्र के हों, किसी भी भाषा के हों, किसी भी धर्म के हों और किसी भी क्षेत्र के हों, किसी भी समाज के हों, छोटे समाज के हों, बड़े समाज के हों, हमारे सब समाज बराबर हैं। और हमें जो भी महिला की इज्जत को खराब करे, उसकी मॉडेस्टी को खराब करे, उसका हमें भर्त्सना करनी होगी। और हमारा जो आज तक संस्कृति चली आई है देश की हजारों सालों से, जो भी चल रहा है उसको हमको सही रखना होगा, उसकी वैल्यू देनी होगी, उसको सही करके रखना होगा, जहाँ गंद को निकालना होगा। और हमारे देश के जितने भी वातावरण में है चीजें हमारी है, जो भी कह सकते हैं आप, हमारी मनी है, एक तरह से हमारी वेल्थ है, हमारी बिलोंगिंग है, उसकी रक्षा करनी होगी, उनको सुधारना होगा। उन कुदरती चीजों को जो प्राकृतिक जो हमें मिली हैं, जिसमें जंगल हैं, जिसमें आपका अच्छे झीलें हैं, नदियां हैं और जंगली लाइफ है, जंगली जिंदगी है, और उनकी हमको संभावना करनी होगी, संभालना होगा उनको, चाहे वो कोई भी लोग हों, कोई भी लोग ना हो, तो जानवर हो, जो पक्षी हो, कुछ भी हो जो जी रहे हैं। और विज्ञान को आगे बढ़ाने की जरूरत होगी। आदमी के लिए, आदमी की मानवता के लिए आदमी को बढ़ाना होगा, मानवता को बढ़ानी होगी, और हर चीज की जांचना होगा, ढूंढना होगा कि क्या सही है, क्या नहीं है, क्या हो सकता है, क्या नहीं हो सकता है, उनके सुधार क्या हो सकते हैं। और जो भी हमारी सार्वजनिक संपत्ति है देश की, उसकी रक्षा करनी है और अहिंसा को फेंकना है, अहिंसा की भर्त्सना करनी है और उस डिग्री की तरफ बढ़ना है जिसको हम एक्सेलेंस कहते हैं, जिसको हम कहते हैं इससे बढ़िया नहीं हो सकता कुछ भी, उसके एक्सेलेंस की तरफ हमें बढ़ना है। और उस दुनिया की तरफ जहाँ इंडिविजुअल आगे बढ़े और रिसर्च करे, अनुसंधान करे, और सब मिलजुल के करें, ग्रुप में करें, अकेले करें, और इस देश को ऊंचाइयों पे लेके जाएं, और ऊंचाइयों पे लेके जाएं, और प्राप्ति की तरफ बच्चे की शिक्षा देते रहें। यह है हमारे देश के एक छोटे से रूप में हर व्यक्ति जो हमारा नागरिक है उसको करना होगा, अगर वो इस देश का नागरिक है तो। ये बात मैं आपको समझाना चाहता था, ये बहुत जरूरी थी समझानी, और वैसे तो आप समझते ही होंगे पर आप भूल जाते हैं। It was very essential for me to remind you about what are our preambles on Constitution of this country and what are duties of each citizen of this country. You all know this, but even then people are used to forgetting that, and it is unfortunate that not only common people of this country, not only VIP of this country, not only educated class of this country, not only intellectuals of this country, and not only all people of this country do forget about these, do forget about constitutional requirement, do forget about preambles, do forget about their duties, and they try to sleep, they try to ignore these. And result is that our politicians, so-called politicians, I don't call them politicians, but unfortunately they are being called politicians, because what are politicians actually we don't understand. We call people in power as politicians, but according to me they are not politicians. Every citizen of this country is politician. You are politician because you are appointing politicians. You are politician because you are responsible for this country. You are politician because you are honor of this country. You are responsible for each and every effect of this country. Your home is this country. When we come from abroad, we say we are going home. Everybody's home is this. To an extent, we belong to this country. The whole world is home. But legally and by force, we can say that Bharat is my home. India is my home. If it is your home, who is responsible for your home? That's a question mark. Everybody is responsible for home. When you are in a home, you are responsible for home. Okay, there is always one head of home, but head of home is the final answer. Question arises: everybody who belongs to home is responsible for whatever is ongoing in your home affairs. We have to be responsible for that. But do we take that responsibility? Do we take that challenge? That is a question mark. Some take challenge, some don't take challenge. Why? This is my home. Whole area of this country is my home. Then why I'm crying? Question arises. Why do people cry? Why certain class of people enjoy at top? Why certain class of people have too much money? Why certain class of people don't have money? Why some class of people are middle one? Why some class of people are too low? Why some people are enjoying full money and full power? How it happens? You cannot simply say, because I got business, I am earning money, it's my hard work. No, you cannot get that much money by simply hard work. There are certain loopholes available which you are abusing and snatching money of people. That is what you are doing. There is one called have-is and have-is not. Not have-is, you can say. Have-is are those people who got wealth, and have-is not are those people who don't have wealth. When this country belongs to everyone, how can somebody have 80-90% wealth of this country and others are left with only just 10% wealth? How can you call this equal distribution of your resources of this country? Wealth is nothing but resources. When all resources of this country belong to our people, how it is possible that somebody having 90% of resources? This means there is some lapse in our system which we cannot identify. There is somebody who has been robbing this country indirectly through our laws. That is right. Who are they? How they have reached there? We have to understand each point. We have to analyze and consider these points. Problem is in this country. Big major problem. But as a person, as a professional, as an intellectual, as an analyzer, I have reached the conclusion that our society, which is 140 crores now in 2019, our society is a society that you can call which believes in resting excessively, which believes in sleeping excessively, and they forget that their duty is to check this country, to examine performance of this country, to audit all actions of this country. We do not do that, unfortunately. Just to consider, we are 140 crores, and just to think how many people are educated. Can we not think that? It is question of education. We have more than 40% people educated to certain standards. And we have people more than 25% who are high profile educated. They may be graduates, postgraduates, doctors, professionals, all they are more than 25%. This means we have about 25 to 13 crore people who are professionals or equivalent. Right or wrong? This means we are having this intellectualism population more than US population. If we have that population more than population of UA, of that intellectual level, that mind level which can do something, which can create something, which can generate something, which can research, which can do philosophical work, which can do scientific work, which can do management work, which can do every activity that is required to make and develop a country, a nation. Why have we been dropping ourselves from heights to low? What are the reasons behind that? Are we only having degrees and we eat that degree? What is meaning of education? What is meaning of an engineer? What is meaning of a medico? What is meaning of a doctor? What is the meaning of other professionals? Have we ever thought of? Or our education is only linked to job for making a living? What do you think? Do we use our mind? Either our minds are not developed, our education failed to develop mind. I don't understand what educated class of our country think of education. Of course, great, you are educated with power figures. I am doctor of this profession, I am master of this profession, but are you really that? Are you bound by syllabus, what you learned? Are you bound by your degree, what you learned? You are not bound by degrees and syllabus. You are bound only by your acts. If you cannot use your degree to think, if you cannot use your educational knowledge to think, then I cannot call you educated. I can call you a store. Your mind is a store of knowledge you knew, you got in, and nothing else. Are you then a storekeeper of that knowledge? And I think if you're a storekeeper, I have no argument with you. Please. And if you think no, that is an application method, that is a value, that's a material that can be used to apply somewhere, and you can apply that based on contemplation, based on requirement, based on a technique that provides you an answer to a problem. Means you are a problem solver. If you are not a problem solver, you are not educated. Education is an additional method. It's a way that you earn this knowledge and use that knowledge to get further solutions. That is education. It's not simply, I have this certification and that certification speaks for me what I am. Your certification is an indicator that yes, you attended this and you got this knowledge. But you have to use that knowledge. That is major point of view where we are lacking, we are failing. We are unable to use that knowledge. Either your certificate is important or your knowledge is important. You have to decide. If you cannot apply that knowledge, your certificate is useless. What's meaning? Somebody write for you that you have passed this and that's it. That somebody is also a human being. That is not God. Who signs that document? That's it. But it is you who have to work on that. And it is unfortunate that our professionals, our academics, all those who have got education of whatever level, they just count that value into how much can you earn. Means education is just a technology to earn money. Is that? That is only one part. You are grouping that one part to whole part. Education is not simply that. Yes, you earn money. Nobody stops that. That is your right. That's everything. But is that answer of the question? Don't forget you are a part of this country. Don't forget you are responsible of this country. Your education values only when others are benefited with that. Here, only those are benefited from whom you are getting your remuneration, not society. Society is not benefiting because of education. I am not blaming all people. I am blaming those thoughts, those contemplation who think that way. People are working also. They are returning to society also, but those are negligible. They are people who have only one contemplation, one mind. Oh, I have got this, I have done this, I must get something, I must get some job, I must get something. That's right, that's not bad. The question is that conclusion? Is that conclusive answer? Every person has to think. When I say I belong to Bharat, India, then I take responsibility of good or bad of this country. I take responsibility of good or bad for its people, for its population, for its resources, for its powership, everything. So I have to take that part of my responsibility. But am I taking that? No, I am not taking that to my extent. I say I am citizen of this country. This means just like Prime Minister is there, just like President is there, just like other people are there, I am also one of those. I have given my delegation to them. That's it. If Prime Minister is there, if Minister is there, that is my appointee. I force him go there, or I opted for him. Go there, work for me. But I cannot say I'm not responsible for that. Whatever acts are done by that, whatever work is done by that person who sits in that position, it may be whatever position, ultimately I am responsible because I allowed that person go there. We have to take this way. We cannot leave everything to that person. That person is temporary. I am not temporary. I am citizen for permanence. I am permanent citizen till I live in this country. Till I leave this world, I am citizen of this country. But that person is only for a defined tenure. So if that tenure is finished, that person can go back. Or by election comes back. It's different. But I cannot leave my responsibility to him for good. That is limited responsibility. Limited time tenure is limited. But I am responsible. If there is a loss to my country, I am responsible. If there is a benefit to profit to my country, I am responsible. So I have to take responsibility of my ownership for all effects of this country. Do we understand this? I don't know what happened to our people. Can you trust only one man to do everything for you? You cannot do that. But don't do that. I know you cannot do that. You have just I have voted, my duty is over. Is your duty over by voting? You think so? You are a citizen, and citizen is above all. Citizen means people of this country, as constitution mandates. We people of this country, we people means we citizens of this country are responsible for this country, and that is our responsibility to keep this country in every affair right and safe. I cannot leave it to someone else. That person is my attorney, citizen's attorney, prime minister is citizen's attorney, MP is citizen's attorney, president is citizen's attorney, all institutions are citizen's attorney. No one is above that. But in power of citizenship, we are all citizens of this country and responsible for this country. This point we have to understand. We have to go into depth of this point, and our education system must teach this. It's not simply BSc, MSc, BA, MA, DDD, whatever it is. That is syllabus. But above that, is understanding of country is important. My knowledge of engineering, my knowledge of medical science, my knowledge of other field does nothing if I have no country. Yes, I can go to other country and serve, but that is only for service, not for ownership. But here in my country, I am honored. I am legal honor. I am constitutional honor. Everybody is constitutional honor. So we have to take that ownership. We have to take responsibility of that. Why are we not thinking of that? We always blame. Everybody blames. Oh, party, politics. Oh, this government is doing nothing. That government lost this country. That government robbed money. This government is doing this and that government does that. We are only stopping ourselves. We have barricaded ourselves, cordoned ourselves at certain level just to blame and be back. Is blaming adequate? If I say that this government is now doing a requirement or permissions of people by stating that, am I finished? My job is finished? I don't think so. I don't know what you think. If I do say the government is bad, after that my responsibility starts. I would say my government is good and I'm satisfied. Okay, that's fine. Let give more chance to government so that continues improving. But when I say no, I'm not satisfied with this government performance, then what's my duty? After stating that, is it enough? Then I have to take care. I have to start thinking, how can I force this regime, this government whom I appointed to improve further? And what's there for that? As a person I can do, or as a group I can do, or as a nation I can do. There is no requirement of nation, there is no requirement of the group. As a person you have to do. You make your voice, you raise your voice. It's not 1947 when there was nothing. Nothing was there. No communication platform. No newspaper where you could write. Now situation is entirely different. You have platforms, you have news media, you have papers, you have media, social media. You can use that media. You can make your voice. If Prime Minister doesn't read that, it's not audience for you. At least someone will be audience for you. Even if one person listens to you, that is the start of your changing. It may take time to change, but the start is important. We have to see start. When you student join school, it's to start. When we started freedom, the movement was 3 years. There was not crowds of people who initiated our freedom movement. There's 1 or 2 people, 3 people, 4, could be hardly. But they tried, continued. Gandhi united all people. That is called policy. He was alone. He was big. In South Africa, he was big, high profile, aristocratic person, professional. He thought he was a professional. He was in the regime of Britain and he was big man. But he knew only his value when he's thrown out of body, of railway. At that time he came to know his value. That is what is required. After realizing that he was nothing, he was a puppet of British, he changed his character, he changed everything. and he realized what I am, same thing we have to do. Till that guy came to this country, till Gandhi came to this country didn't know what is called unification of people, what's called grouping of people. He came, he connected with people, he reached every person to an extent possible at a time, and raised the grouping of people. He raised masses. That time when there were only individuals, but he converted that individuality to masses. So individuals converted to masses, and masses converted to revolution, and revolution converted to fight things, and fight is converted to freedom. That was sequence of what he did, because he realized that practically I alone cannot do it. I cannot represent whole people of this country. I am single, and these 500 advocates or barristers also cannot do that. These barristers did not understand till that time what he wanted was talked of. But that was a great formula. Means until you are united, until for whom you are fighting, until those people who are affected, they don't come forward, you cannot do anything. Your voice can't be heard. That's right. What I'm talking about is same. Raise your voice. Now state is not British. This is your own state. You raise your voice. Don't worry what these television channels are doing or nothing for you. Forget them. You are television channels. You are people of this country, and you have to check on, you have to audit on your system. Whatever system it may be legislative system, executive system, judicial system, press system, public system, or other institutions. You have to keep checking them their work. And when you keep checking them their work, means you are checking your work. Because they're working for you, they're not working for another country. This understandable or not understandable? It's a very point of view. Why don't we understand this? हम इस देश के लोग हैं, हमको सोचना चाहिए आखिर हम क्या चाहते हैं। क्या हम चाहते हैं कि सरकार हमने बना के रख दी, एमपी हमने अपॉइंट करके रख दिए, राष्ट्रपति को बना के रख दिया, सारे इंस्टीट्यूशन बना के रख दिए, हमारी ड्यूटी खत्म हो जाती है, हमने वोट दे दिया, बात खत्म, महासलाम, हम जा रहे हैं, हम 5 साल बाद फिर आना बात करना हमसे? क्या हम ऐसा चाहते हैं? क्या हमारा संविधान ऐसी उम्मीद रखता है हमसे, ऐसी आशा रखता है? हम सब वोट देना खत्म, बात खत्म, चलाओ देश को, खा जाओ, पी जाओ, लूट के ले जाओ, हमें कोई मतलब नहीं? क्या हमारी सोच ऐसी है? क्या हम अपनी आवश्यकता को, अपने उत्तरदायित्व को भूल जाते हैं वोट देने के बाद? तो क्यों भूल जाते हैं? इसका मतलब क्या हम देश को अपना देश नहीं समझते? हम सोचते हैं हमने बढ़ा के 545 वहां बढ़ा दिए और 250 वहां बढ़ा दिए और बात खत्म हो गई, करना है जो करो, जो मर्जी करो, हमें कोई लेना देना नहीं है। तो हम गलत सोचते हैं, हम गलत सोचते हैं। लोकतंत्र यहां समाप्त नहीं होता है। लोकतंत्र वोट देने से नहीं होता है, खाली कि हमने वोट दे दिया हमारा काम खत्म हो गया। लोकतंत्र वहां नहीं रुक जाता है, वहां से शुरू होता है। वो लोकतंत्र की चाबी है जिसको हम वोट कहते हैं। वो चाबी आपकी ठीक तरह चलाओ, उसका मतलब ये ताला खोल दे और चले गए, आप जाइए अंदर ऐश कीजिए, नहीं, ये लोकतंत्र नहीं है। लोकतंत्र का मतलब यह है कि लोगों की सरकार है, लोक सरकार है। मैकेनिज्म है लोगों की सरकार का। लोगों ने अपनी लेजिस्लेचर को बनाया, न्यायपालिका को बनाया, एग्जीक्यूटिव को बनाया, और आप कह सकते हैं बनाने के बाद जिम्मेदारी आपकी है, उनकी नहीं, क्योंकि वो सब कानून से फ्री हैं। अगर कोई पार्लियामेंट गलत कानून नया बनाती है, सरकार को गलत फैसला देती है, या न्यायालय कोई गलत फैसला देता है, तो उनकी जिम्मेदारी किसी की नहीं है। आपको पता होना चाहिए। There is no responsibility for the institution, no accountability at all. If there is some law enactment which is wrong, Parliament is not responsible. If implementation of law is wrong, executive is not responsible. If a judgment is wrong, court is not responsible. Do you know that? No, you don't know that. If there is something wrong done by the institutions, they are legally immunized. They are not responsible. They have no accountability. This point we have to understand. कोई भी पार्लियामेंट कानून गलत बना दे, कोई पूछने वाला नहीं है। सरकार कोई गलत ऑर्डर निकाल दे, इसको वापस ले सकती है, कोई एक्शन नहीं होगा, कोई जेल नहीं जाएगा। कोई न्यायालय गलत फैसला कर देगा तो जेल नहीं होगी, कोई पूछेगा नहीं, उसको रिवीजन हो जाएगा बस। तो फिर जिम्मेदारी कहाँ है? क्या देश इसलिए चलता है कि किसी की कोई जिम्मेदारी नहीं, बड़ी बड़ी पोस्ट पर बैठ जाओ, प्राइम मिनिस्टर बन जाओ, कोई अकाउंटेबिलिटी नहीं, कोई पूछने वाला नहीं है। राष्ट्रपति से कोई पूछने वाला नहीं है, चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया से कोई पूछने वाला नहीं है, तो किससे पूछेंगे हम? कौन जवाब देगा कि आपने गलत किया है तो क्यों किया है? इस प्रश्न नहीं उठता? Don't you understand this point? Do we have no right to raise questions to these responsible people who are sitting higher offices? So why you did this? Why, Prime Minister, you have done this wrong action? Why you have taken these wrong decisions? How we have got losses because of your actions? Why don't we ask them? Is it not your responsibility? Just saying I'm chanting your name and is that adequate? Why should I chant your name? Are you my God? You are just like me. Why should I say government is right everywhere? And why should say judiciary cannot take wrong decisions? Everyone is human. They are not gods. We were fools. We used to say doctor is God. We used to say judge is God. We were fools because we were illiterate. We did not know our rights. No doctor is God. No judge is God. No legislator is God. No, they are like us. They are our representatives. They have to understand that. And they are paid. They are not doing free. They are our employees. They are public servants. They have to work to fulfill our requirements. This is Constitution. Chief Justice is not honor of this country alone. I am honor of this country. He is doing his job because he is paid. He is appointed for that. Prime Minister's job is appointed for that. President's job is appointed for that. The speakers are doing their job because they are appointed for that. MPs are also doing job. MLAs are doing job. They are paid. Everybody is paid. They are not doing any obligation on any citizen of this country. I don't care how much they spend. Let them go to hell. If they spend 50 crores, 100 crores on getting some MP shade, this is their problem, not my problem. I am paying them salary and remuneration benefits. They have to return to me all those in performance form, in a status of performance. Why don't you think, why intellectuals of this country are lacking in this approach? Are you intellectuals or are you fools? My question is that. Can't you open your minds? Can't you calculate? Can't you unite? What's wrong? What's right? It's a big question mark. I'm not exciting. I'm telling you because you are deaf and ear. You cannot listen. Your eyes are not open. Your ears are not open. Your minds are not open. You are bound by some system beyond which you cannot cross. That line you cannot, that Lakshman Rekha you cannot cross. Why? Is your money from number 2 earnings? You are paying taxes for what? For what you are paying taxes? You are paying taxes for improvement of this country, for security of this country, for development of this country. But are you getting that in return? Are you getting that in return? That's a question mark. Of course, we got independence of this country from British. In 1947, that time there was nothing. Complete desert, like desert forest, jungle. You did not expect anything at that time that you would be at this level today. But we are not at that level we should have been. We have gone up and up and up, but not with full angle. We have to consider that point. Simply keeping off from problems and keeping away from finding solutions. No use. You may be MBA, you may be professional doctor, you may be doctorate, you may be engineer, you may be whatever you are. It doesn't make any difference if you cannot apply your knowledge, your power of mind to make this country better, to have a check on those people whom you have installed and planted in powerful positions. Who shall do that? If I simply say, I am not a politician, people shall not listen to me, I should not speak, then I am wrong. Don't worry, people don't sleep. Don't worry, people don't listen to you. Don't worry, people criticize you. Don't worry. Let them do what they want. If somebody abuses me, somebody issues me, you are bloody, etc., and somebody writes something bad for me, I should not mind that. Because I allow liberty to that writers. If somebody says no, you are bad, or somebody uses very bad word for me, I should say no problem, speak this. I'm not losing. If somebody is speaking bad for me, writing bad for me, it's that person's problem, not my problem. So why should I worry about that? Let them write whatever he wants to write, what someone else write. I don't care for that. Generally, what happens when I speak is a practice now in this country. It's a new phenomenon. If you write something about resign, or if you speak something about resign, people start saying something which means you are international, you are not this country person, you are another country person. They generally do that. Yes, I am some of the okay. I am not national, fine. I am not belong to this country, fine. Speak. Your statement shall not solve my problem. Your statement cannot certify what I am. I least bother. I condone your statement. But I am where I am, and you are where you are. You are doing this because you are ignorant. You are not clear about totality. You are not clear about problem. You don't know what this country is. You are confined by certain politicians, and you are within his control. That's all. I am free. I am not in control of either politician or someone else. I am a citizen. I am under constitutional control, but you are not in constitutional control. You are in control of that person under whom you are working. But I am not working under anybody. I am working under my country. And that is my pride. That is my Vande Mataram. That is my Bharat Mata. And that is everything for me. I least bother I least bother what people fight for. Sing Vande Mataram, sing this. That is not required. Your conscience is required. Your conscience is required. Su jalam, su phalam, su malaya, su jalam, su phalam, malaya, shitalam is different. It is different. Bharat Mata statement is different. Bharat Mata ki jai is different. That is purpose chanting politics. How many of us do really understand this country? That is the point of view. If we cannot understand our country, then we cannot understand other societies, other economies. We have to check ourselves everything, like a professional's check. When I do some job, it is my duty to do it first. And it is also my duty to review that first. Because when you do job, you cause errors. It happens. Human being we are. So our errors first should be discovered by ourselves. Then somebody else should check that so that everything is vetted. Vetting our country is also important. Vetting our leaders, so-called leaders or so-called representatives is also very important. If you can do that, you are a good citizen. Now what happens? What happens that in 2019, this time we have a government in power that is called by name Modi government, which came to power in 2014. And our society, our nation was very happy that there is a real change, that some corrupt government has gone, corrupt party has gone, and a new party has come. All named that party corrupt. That is called Congress, Indian National Congress. People believed that that party is corrupt. Leaders of that party looted this country. They had taken invalued money to overseas banks parking. It was an assumption. It was a picture created by people, a film created by people. It is right or it is not right. I'm not claiming on that. Results are telling that nothing is there. But those came into power, they exposed themselves as they came from Satyavadi Harishchandra family. And you know what is Satyavadi Harishchandra family? 5 years have gone, more time has gone. That Satyavadi Harishchandra family did not prove that really belonged to Satyavadi Harishchandra family. And they could not prove that previous regime was a robber. They could not prove that. 5 years is a good period to prove that those were robbers and you are saints and sadhus and Satyavadi. But till now, neither they have proved, nor you have proved who is right, who is wrong. I am not going back to remind you about promises made by this government, I am not talking about that. You all know about. Why should I talk? I just don't want to waste time. I'm saying is, when people come to power, they have to do work. They have to perform. Performance is respected. You are having a position of constitutional power. You are having everything. You are having system behind you. You are having setup behind you. You have funds behind you. You have everything behind you. And if you cannot do that, if you cannot find solutions, then what is your purpose? I want to know. I also want to claim what was purpose of that party in power for many decades. They have also to prove. They proved to some extent and they could not prove to some other extents, but they have gone. Question arises, I am not saying that you have been here for 50 years, but my still question is, what plan do you have by current regime that you can solve this nation's problems in coming many years? In 5.5 years, I have not been informed till now what is your vision. Just saying we will do this in so many years and we will do this in so many years, that is a blind, unclear answer. I want a definite answer. What is your plan for coming decades for this nation? We are big society. We are not just a small society like Arab countries or like you can say Israel. We are not small, we are big. So we have big issues. We are big people to an extent our population is concerned, to an extent our intelligentsia is concerned, to an extent our brains are concerned. We are not small. We are big, but unfortunately our brain potential has not been utilized. Our physical potential has not been utilized adequately. Our energies are wasted. Our energies are made useless. And who is responsible for that? Those people in power are responsible because we made them sit there. But they think they are sitting because of their own, and that is the problem. If you talk to someone, particularly those people who are in higher positions like doctors, like engineers, like professors, what is your duty for this country? They will not answer you. I am doing my job. If you talk something about nation, what can I do? I am this, I am busy, I don't have time for this, I am not interested for this. You ask any doctor, you ask some doctor, some engineer, and there's certain questions about your country, they won't give you any reliable answer. And that is weakness of this country. I communicate with many people on the internet, and I really feel sorry, feel regretful. Why we are so lazy society? We are smart, I'm not saying no. We are a smart society because we can work very comfortably with those international societies. We are not behind everywhere. Of course, our race is different. We can perform in engineering, we can perform in medical, we can perform in accountancy, we can perform in commerce, we can perform in arts, we can perform everywhere to an extent world space is concerned. We have successfully done that. When I can do there with them, why can't we do here? Question arises. For example, in industry, there are two issues. One issue is quality, one issue is quantity. If quantity and quality move together, you are a good position. If your product is quality-wise good, quantity-wise good, it is a respectable product provided cost is competitive. That is basic principle. You may use whatever method for quality. You may use ISO 9001 2015, you may use Sigma, or you may use whatever way you want to. Question is, your product must be reliable. Your product must be competitive. And you respect that. You say this product is good. When quality collapses, your quantity automatically collapses, your progress automatically. Once you can sell, second time it won't be purchased. Salesmanship don't work everywhere. Yes, our politicians sell promises. Our politicians sell all, but they cannot deliver. And that is a problem. I vote only because of promises, and that is my foolishness. If I trust this politician says he can do that, and if doesn't do that, or I cannot analyze what he says, that is my foolishness. If I believe someone, "Oh, I can do this in so many years," and I think I just don't even consider how can you do that. I don't even ask a question, what's your method of this approach? I don't get any answer. Now, what is meaning of that? This means I just believe in blind promises, void promises, baseless promises. What is the meaning of my vote? Vote is my duty, it's my right, but it's my responsibility as well. Because I am handing over my nation. I am handing over my state to that person for 5 years. I have to think that 5 years is not a small period. If you count in number of performance, it's a big period. 5 years. It's easy to say 5 years, but if you count in number of days and number of hours, you will be very astonished. If I hand over this country to someone just with a false promises, then I am foolish. I am foolish. Example. Just it is not questionable, but it's a case study when we were promised that our future Prime Minister shall bring money parked overseas in so many days, and we agreed with that. And we also agreed that people will be getting this much money in each account, though legally it is not correct. But forget legality, question is of promises in politics. If politician promises something, that must be accepted, and we accepted that. But we never raised any question. Out of 140 crore people of this country, nobody raised questions. How shall you do this? How shall you do this? Nobody raised any question. How much this money is available in overseas banks? Nobody raised these questions. And nobody even calculated what is amount of money if you just use formula of 15 lakhs to each account, how much money is required to distribute. Nobody calculated that. So what is the meaning of that promise? My question is that. Why do you trust such hollow promises? Is that not a question? It's just one example. Whatever we are promised should be analyzed. I know a common person who is working in farm, kisan, farmer, he cannot do all this. But those people who are educated, we have, I think, more than 40 crore people, 50 crore people who are well educated, and maybe 25 crore people which is highly educated. If those people cannot do this, you need economics for everything. Do you need some economics to come and tell you this is an answer? It is not a question of economics. It's a common question, general question that you can calculate. When you go to buy milk or buy vegetable, do you take economist with you? You don't take economist with you. Same way, you are buying politicians. When you are voting, you are buying them to be used, to be consumed. If I buy politician, I have to see, I have to ensure that this quantity, this person, I consider this person as commodity. Is it useful for me or not useful for me? If this commodity is not useful for me, why should I worry about that commodity? It is full consideration. If my people do not understand this, our politicians shall certainly be busy in causing harms to this nation, and that has been happening because of my carelessness, my ignorance as citizen of this country. हम भारत के लोग जब तक ये नहीं समझेंगे कि हमें किन लोगों को उन दफ्तरों में लाना है, उन ऊंचे दफ्तरों में लाना है जहां प्राइम मिनिस्टर बैठता है या प्रेसिडेंट बैठता है या कोई बड़ा जज बैठता है या कोई और बैठता है, जो हमारी वजह से आता है, सिर्फ हमारी वजह से हम उनको लाते हैं वहां, चाहे हमको वोट दे के लाए या हमारा वोट दिया हुआ आदमी उनको आगे लाए, वो किसकी जिम्मेदारी है? क्या हम ये क्या क्या चुप हो सकते हैं कि हमने वोट दे दिया, भाई जाइए आप काम कीजिए, हमसे बता के तंग कीजिए, हमें बताइए? हमारा फर्ज बनता है, हमारा कर्तव्य बनता है भारत के नागरिक की हैसियत से कि हम वोट दे के चुप न बैठ जाएं। वोट देने के बाद लोकतंत्र शुरू होता है, याद रख देना। वोट देने से लोकतंत्र समाप्त नहीं होता है। वोट देना ही खाली एक लोकतंत्र का काम नहीं है, वो उसका एक हिस्सा है वोट देना। लेकिन वोट देने के बाद से भूल जाना कि मैंने अपना कर्म कर दिया, इस बात को मैं नहीं मानता। वोट इसलिए दिया जाता है कि जाइए, आपके हम द्वार खोल रहे हैं, आप वहां बैठिए और हमारी तरफ से काम कीजिए। वोट का मतलब यही होता है। उसका मतलब ये नहीं होता कि मैं 5 साल के लिए बंद गया, नहीं, ऐसा नहीं। आप वोट देके बंद नहीं जाते, हमारे संविधान में ऐसा नहीं लिखा गया है। हमारे सामने ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि हम बंद गए आपसे। हमारा पूरा हक हमारा संविधान देता है कि हम आपसे प्रश्न करें, बार बार करें, मिनिस्टरों से करें, प्राइम मिनिस्टर से करें और ब्यूरोक्रेट से करें, या जो भी वहां बैठा है उनकी सहायता के लिए उससे करें। हम राष्ट्रपति से भी क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं, हम कोर्ट से भी क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं, भाई आपने ये ऐसा क्यों किया? वो ये नहीं कह सकते जाइए आपको क्या लेना देना है, आप होते कौन है पूछने वाले? क्या प्रधानमंत्री कह सकता है इस बात को? आप मानते हैं इस चीज को? आप सिर्फ प्रधानमंत्री हैं, आप देश के मालिक नहीं हैं। देश के मालिक देश की जनता है, आपको वहां बिठाया गया है। आपको देश का जो टैक्स आता है उससे पैसा मिलता है, उससे आप रोटी खाते हैं, जो भी आप करते हैं उससे करते हैं। तो हमारा पूरा अधिकार बनता है हम आपसे पूछें। यही लोकतंत्र है। वोट देने से लोकतंत्र खत्म नहीं होता, वोट देने से हमारा अधिकार शुरू होता है। और हम वोट ना भी दें तब भी हमारा अधिकार है, क्योंकि हमने वोट नहीं देने को सही समझा। जो वोट देता है वो वोट देने को सही समझता है, और जो वोट नहीं देता है वो वोट नहीं देने को भी सही समझता है। क्योंकि नहीं देने का मतलब है हम आपको मानते हैं, नहीं मानते हैं, दोनों में से एक बात तो है। वोट नहीं देना भी कोई जुर्म नहीं है, उसका मतलब भी है कि हम आपको नहीं मानते, लेकिन फिर भी आप आ गए, तो हमारा हक तो खत्म नहीं हुआ, हमारा अधिकार तो खत्म नहीं हुआ कि हम आपसे प्रश्न ना करें। अरे भाई, लोकतंत्र तो जिंदा है, तो लोकतंत्र चलता रहता है। जब तक लोग हैं लोकतंत्र चलता रहेगा। 5 साल से बंधा नहीं है लोकतंत्र, नहीं बंधा है। हम चाहेंगे आप उसी पे रखेंगे, एमपी के पद पे रखेंगे, एमएलए के पद पे रखेंगे, नहीं चाहेंगे तो आप हमको दीजिए और हम आपकी व्हाइट वॉशिंग कर देंगे, आप जाइए अपने घर में बैठिए। लोकतंत्र का मतलब है हमारा क्वेश्चन जाने का अधिकार, हमारा आपसे हमारे काम के बारे में पूछने का अधिकार हर समय है, 24 घंटे है, आप मना नहीं कर सकते। यही समाजवाद है। आप देश की वेल्थ को डील कर रहे हैं, आप देश की संपत्ति का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं सबके लिए, अपने लिए, जिसके देश के लिए। वो संपत्ति किसकी है? वो संपत्ति हमारी है। यही समाजवाद है। वो संपत्ति अंबानी अडानी के बाप की नहीं है, वो संपत्ति प्रधानमंत्री के भी बाप की नहीं है, वो संपत्ति देश की है, वो भारत की पब्लिक की है। वो संपत्ति का कैसे प्रयोग हो ये भारत की पब्लिक को सोचना है। वी पीपल ऑफ इंडिया, वी पीपल ऑफ भारत own that property. It's not PM property or some particular person's property. This property belongs to this country, and we are running democracy, we are running sovereignty, we are running socialism, we are running republicanism, everything secularism. It is our aim, it's our decision that how we have to move. You alone are responsible, you are just working for our directions. We have directed you to work on this program, you have to work. Nothing else. You cannot take your own decisions. You're not authorized for that. You can take decisions only within certain specifications, within certain constraints and directions, not exceeding that. That is clearly mandated. This is constitutional part. I'm not lawyer, I don't want to be. I'm not judge, I don't want to be. But this is common sense. I don't need a judicial degree. I don't need a law degree for this, because Constitution is not mathematics. Constitution is physics or chemistry. It's not differential equation of calculus. It's not trigonometry. It is simple language written in any script, can be English or Hindi or whatever thing. Only understanding is required. It's very easy. It's so simple that every citizen can understand this. That's why I'm stressing read Constitution. इसीलिए मैं कह रहा हूं आपसे, संविधान को पढ़िए। संविधान को इतना मुश्किल नहीं है जो ये बेवकूफ बनाए हमको राजनीति वाले, ये बेवकूफ बनाए हमको सारे लोग, हमें धौंस दिखाएं कि आप होते कौन हैं, हम पावर में हैं। आप पावर में हैं, लेकिन वो पावर को आग किसने लगाई है? हमने चिंगारी से वो पावर बनाई है। आप तो उस पावर को खा रहे हैं, आप तो उस खाने को खा रहे हैं जो हमने बना के दिया आपको। वो भोजन कर रहे हैं, आप उस कार में घूम रहे हैं आप जिसका पेट्रोल डाल रहे हैं, उसको हमने खरीद के आपको दिया है, और आप कह रहे हैं पावर में। हमारी पावर से हमारे को धौंस दिखा रहे हैं आप। नहीं चलेगा। मैं भारत की पब्लिक हूं, मैं भारत का विद्यार्थी हूं, मैं भारत का सीनियर सिटीजन हूं। मुझे पूरा अधिकार है बोलने का, आपकी नाक पे दम करने का, आपको डंडा दिखाने का कि होश में रहो, काम करो। नहीं तो डंडा दे सकते हैं, गांधी का डंडा है ये। गांधी ने इस्तेमाल नहीं किया, लेकिन मैं इस्तेमाल करूंगा, क्योंकि गांधी ने रखा था, जरूरत पड़ने पे इस्तेमाल होगा। उसको जरूरत नहीं पड़ी क्योंकि उसकी बातों से ही लोग डर गए। अगर आप मेरी बात से नहीं डरते तो वो डंडा आज भी है। डंडा पड़ेगा सीधा, याद रख लेना। पब्लिक का डंडा है ये, जो भगवान के डंडे से कम नहीं होता। बहुत से आए, बहुत से गए, और आएंगे जाएंगे। आप क्या है? हिटलर जैसे चले गए, रावण जैसे चले गए, आप क्या हैं? महाभारत के राजा चले गए, सब चले गए, हिरण्यकश्यप चला गया। आपकी क्या औकात है? पब्लिक है, देश है, हमारी संस्था हमारी है, हमारा देश हमारा है, हमारी संपत्ति हमारी है। ये समाजवाद का देश है, हम समाजवाद के देश के हैं। सोशलिज्म लिखा है संविधान में, प्रभुसत्ता संपन्न लिखा है संविधान में, लोकतंत्र लिखा है संविधान में, पंतनिधित्व लिखा है संविधान में, और गणतंत्र लिखा है संविधान में। हम देश के राजा हैं, याद रख लेना। भारत की जनता भारत की राजा है। भारत की जनता ने संविधान बनाया है। भारत की जनता भारत की मालिक है, स्वामी है, और कोई नहीं है। We have to keep in mind every time this philosophy that politicians are our chess players. Politicians are our toys. We use them where we want. We empower them we want. What way? They are not self-empowered people. They were our elected member of parliaments. They are our servants. They were attorneys. No one else. All these institutions, power people are our servants. It may be legislative servants, they may be executive servants, they may be judicial servants, wherever they are. All are reportable, accountable to people of this country. This is basic philosophy, this is basic requirement, this is basic mandate in constitution of this country. भारत का संविधान यही परिभाषित करता है जो हम लोग समझते नहीं हैं। प्रधानमंत्री अपने आप में कुछ नहीं है, भारत का हर व्यक्ति प्रधानमंत्री है। हर व्यक्ति प्रधानमंत्री है जिसको हक है बोलने का। ठीक है, हमारे पास अपॉइंटमेंट लेटर नहीं है, लेकिन हमारे पास जबान है, दिमाग है, वोट का अधिकार है। संविधान है सबसे ऊपर। संविधान जिसको मैं एक तरह का अपना धर्म मानता हूँ, रिलीजन मानता हूँ, क्योंकि मैं इसके नीचे रह रहा हूं। मेरे लिए हिंदू होना, मुसलमान होना, सिख होना, धार्मिक होना अलग बात है, वो मेरा व्यक्तिगत फैसला है। लेकिन जहां तक एक नागरिकता का धर्म है, वो मेरे को संविधान का रिलीजन देता है। संविधान भारत का जो मेरे लिए एक रिलीजन है, एक धर्म है, राजनीतिक धर्म है, अर्थशास्त्र का धर्म है, समाजवाद का धर्म है, प्रभुसत्ता का धर्म है, और जो पंथनिरपेक्षता का धर्म है, जो गणतांत्रिक होने का धर्म है, वो धर्म मेरा संविधान मुझे देता है। उसके लिए मुझे किसी मंदिर, मस्जिद, गुरुद्वारे, गिरजाघर जाने की आवश्यकता नहीं है, क्योंकि मैं शपथ लेता हूं उसकी। एक भारत का नागरिक होने के नाते, एक भारत का नेता होने के नाते, एक भारत का एमपी होने के नाते, एक भारत का प्रधानमंत्री होने के नाते, एक भारत का राष्ट्रपति होने के नाते मैं उसकी शपथ लेता हूं, और जिसकी मैं शपथ लेता हूं वो ही मेरा भगवान है। जहां तक देश का सवाल है, to an extent this country is concerned, I undertake Oath of this constitution of country Bharat, and this constitution Bharat stands for me as standard religion, as a customized religion for me, in addition to spiritual religion. There are two ways: one is spiritual religion, one is national religion. National religion is this constitution, and spiritual religion has nothing to do with national religion. Spiritual religion is restricted to my personal life. That is a personal relation between me and my Godfather or Godmother, whatever it is, superpower. That is having personal relation with me. But this is public relation. How I have to deal with public of this country, I have to deal with management of this country, and that is constitutional relation. Every citizen is linked to a citizen, other citizens, and government and legislature, everybody through constitution of this country. So we have to take into our consideration this system, how we can interact with this. It's not a book, it's not a print, it's not a script, it's a philosophy. It is understanding how much we can extract from this constitution for us. If we cannot extract from this, then this is rubbish for me. This is just paperwork and nothing else. This should go to the waste basket otherwise. But it is working for me. It's benefiting me. It's giving power to me, more power than what this imaginary religion of spirituality gives me. That spirituality is hypothetical, that is skepticism, but this is not a skepticism, that is a reality of life. Constitution is a reality of life, and that is skepticism. That is my personal faith, nothing to do with nation. That is my universal faith, how I handle that methodology with God. That is not physical being. But here I am talking for wealth of this country. Constitution means wealth of this country, nothing else. Whatever we have, natural wealth, other wealth, human wealth, resources, and what all belong to every citizen of this country. This is philosophy, this is foundation of constitution, and not for this country, for all countries, all societies, all economics we have in world. This point we should understand clearly. Country means wealth, nothing else. Wealth below ground, wealth above ground, wealth of people, and wealth of life. We have to extend out to everyone. We have to use this wealth. The currency notes is not wealth. That currency note is a transmitter, that's all. It transmits you certain property rights. If I say Ambani is, because Ambani has extracted that right, Ambani has stolen that right from me, and government is helping Ambani to steal more and more, to rob more and more. I appointed my MP, my appointed Prime Minister, MP appointed Prime Minister appointed ministers, and President sitting there. What for I appointed them? I appointed them first of all to do their duty as constitutional requirement 51 as citizen of this country, and to work in position of Prime Minister and Minister to solve my problems, to run this country, to manage all affairs under government of India, that is headed by President of this country. And that is further headed by people of this country, because President of this country reports to people of this country. This is a simple method. And this is called a part of analysis. This is analysis. I am analyzing, you can analyze that, nothing wrong. Just to go through that and understand that. People are powers, basic powers, absolute powers, unchallengeable powers. It is people of this country, because we designed this constitution for us. It is we. It is not government of India. It is not court of India. It's not legislature of India. It is we, people of this country, not somebody else. So we are responsible for this. We have to get this. We did not understand all these points when we are under British rule, or we were under some other rule, Mughal rule, or before that Brahmins came, and before that somebody might have come. I'm not sure about that. I don't want to go to that backtrack, because that is history now. And we are also not ruled by Ramayana, Mahabharata, or Quran, or Guru Sahib, or whatever. We are under Constitution of Bharat, which is citizens' regime, which is citizens' philosophy, which is citizens' power. We have to separate it. We are power as public, but we appointed MPs and government to run that power. They are not masters of our power. They are not owners. You and I own that power which is granted, which is awarded to me, to us, by us, by medium of constitution of this country. It is my first right and first duty to check, to review, to examination, re-examination, investigate what my appointed person, government, MP they're doing for me. That is must a right for me. That is a right, a duty, obligation on my part as citizen of this country. मेरा पूरा हक बनता है मैं चेक करूं, मैं उसको जांच करूं कि मेरे एमपी, मेरी सरकार जो भी कर रही है वो क्या कर रही है, क्यों कर रही है. मेरा अधिकार बनता है उनसे पूछने का, प्रश्न करने का. अगर मैं ये नहीं कर सकता तो मैं एक नागरिक की हैसियत से, नागरिक के बलपूर्वक पावर से अपना काम नहीं कर रहा. Just going to vote every 5 years is not my final duty. My Prime Minister, my country are now passing through a very critical economical phase, very critical political phase. We have various problems existing now. For example, Kashmir Jammu problem, government companies problem, education problem, farmers problem, economic slowdown problem, unemployment problem, and a long list exists. We got independence. We started afresh. We started drawing from scratch. There was nothing on that drawing. It was a blank paper. Kora Kagaj. We got Kora Kagaj in 1947. We starting writing on that. Till 2019, we established infrastructure. We established an economy which was in midway between complete socialism and capitalism. There were two ends. One was socialism, can also be called communism, and other way is capitalism. So we just came between two and compromised that we cannot run either of these two. We cannot be completely communist and we cannot be complete capitalist. There was a question out and a resolution was made practically that we have to go between those two, and that was called mixed economy. So we are a student of mixed economy. We have been experienced to mixed economy. We know that ideology, we know that theory, we know everything of that mixed economy, and we have been brought up in that. And that is very explanatory economics. Of course, it is macroeconomics. This completely mandates that benefit of this economy must go to poorest of poor to richest of rich. That is mixed economy. Whatever resources are available in this country should be shared by poormost poor and richest. And there is a line, state line, which gives ordinates about each category. So what happened? Classifications of society happened. One side is below poverty line people, then farmers are there, then middle class are there, then haves are there, then high profile are there, and VVIPs are there, and very high profile people are there. We created that type of social stratification based on economy, and keeping apart your religion factors, your caste factors. I'm not talking about that. That is something else. It's nothing to do with economy. If you're talking SC/ST or OBC or general, that is something else. That is nothing. That is not economic relation. We have to keep these two chapters separately. Don't mix up between this stratification of economy and that stratification of casteism. Casteism is a created one. That casteism is an attack on junior caste. Senior caste means Brahmins and Rajputs and all those high profile people. They used to attack low profile people. That is completely different issue. We are talking economy. We created mixed economy just to solve various problems, and we were successful in solving them. Our governments used to work on that, and they created a kind of acceptable infrastructure that not to complete level, to some level we got successful. We moved on agriculture economy. Our sector was agriculture. Say 75% people relied upon that for their livings, or 80% people were there, and 20% people were urbanized. Ruralification, 80% rural standard, urban standard 20%, and those 20% were generally middle class people and high people, high money people. This was standard of our economy. When it started, infrastructure of irrigation was created, agriculture economy was created, and industrialization was created. Industrialization means technical workers, and agriculture means agricultural farmers. And middle class means services purpose, people who live in services. That was our nation. So people were conceived, people were getting jobs. I am a result of that. I am not a very rich person. I started from very low category. You may say I was like a very, very low profile person. I respect that policy of education that government adopted in those times. It was like, though it was not defined welfare state, we cannot say that. Officially, it was not a welfare state. Our nation has never been, but practically, we were more than welfare state. Welfare state means something else. Just like you take examples of UK, you get examples of USA, you can take examples of other countries. When there is unemployment, those people say this condo. They say take this around dole allowance. Dole is actually condolence. We remove, if you use the word condolence, the dole is there. You are giving support when you don't have employment. But that policy was not accepted here because we did not have that much money. Our governments did not have, we did not funds to meet those requirements. So they used to give subsidies, used to do something, or use a free education or free apprenticeship, and millions of people came out of that to upper levels. Free education in engineering, free education in medical science, free education in other arts. This was policy of government for decades, and it was good. Today we say that 50% people are educated. It is not because of public, it is because of policy. Public funds were used to create universities, to create institutions, to create colleges, and to create an atmosphere that people did not have any fear to join education, which they used to have in English time, because there were no universities. Either you have to travel to other countries to get education, but now it's not that. So that management, which was in past, tried to pacify people by allowing them education. People got educations, they got into services of middle class level, and of course, even lower class people got educations of technology, technicians and ITs, and all that, and they also came up. So that portion of that part of mixed economy helped our country come up. And it resulted in a positive way. If you go to see these Gulf countries, Middle East countries, other countries where our people used to go there, more than half of that population of that country in trade, in development, were from our country. You go to see them, you'll find that Indians' contribution, Bharat ke contribution was there, a lot one. And they appreciate that as well. This means our training imparted to people here was reliable. Yes, if you take engineering education, we were trained in general so that we can fit in whatever field we want for specialization. And you can start, means an entry ticket is given to you, a pass is given to you that you can go and work in your opted field, or you get opportunity in that field, you get it. And that worked well. That worked well. You may say our country was half state and half capital. Means half was government owned, state owned, and half was, or 30% was privately owned. Banks were there, private. Indira Gandhi changed them. She nationalized. Privy processes were removed. It's all acts which were helpful for this nation. So we came to 2014 when suddenly there was a change. It was for good, but it is not resulting in good, unfortunately. People thought if there is change, it can be positive. Yes, people had a good option. They wanted positive change. because they stop trusting that regime due to corruption reason or due to whatever reason. People believe that regime corrupt, and still today they have same thinking. They were robbers. Okay, they were robbers. Thank you. They have gone. But what are now you're finding? Are you finding Satyavadi Flan? They are coming from Hashchandra family. Who are they? This is what we have to think. It's not question of Modi or Indra or Rajiv or who. I'm not going to that one. That is not my problem. My problem is this. Voters have handed over this country to certain people. Are they reliable for us? That's the question. I'm not against anybody, and it's not my duty to be against or to be in fear of someone. Question is, we have to analyze. This is not one man country. This is 140 crore people's country, and it is combined responsibility for our society to think about our nation. That is what I'm saying. Democracy continues. It doesn't start and doesn't stop only at vote. Parliament is mine, remember. President is mine, Prime Minister is mine, everybody is mine. I have to use them. They are not going to use me. They have no right to use me. Prime Minister has got no constitutional right to use me. I have constitutional right to use him because I appointed MP and my MP. See, I appointed MP, I appointed MLA. It's my job. That MP is my attorney, my support. And that support appointed PM. So that PM is much lower than what I am, theoretically speaking. Maybe you are laughing, laugh. But fact remains. So I have to use my MP, I have to use my PM, and I have to work for this nation through them. This means ultimately I am delegating my authority to them. Use this to build this nation for me and report to me. Are they doing that? Do you understand this point or you don't understand this point? If you cannot understand this point, then you are not having your active brain, your cells or your neurons are sleeping. That is what I can say. If your neurons are not alive, computer is useless for them. Computer is completely useless for them. When your mind is not working, you are useless for yourself. If you cannot think, you are not human being. Just believe me. Don't think 100%, at least 10% to think. Particularly, mind generally works only for 10%. That 10% is also good if you use that. I cannot force, but I can advise, use that. That day, when you are thinking, you raise questions to these, our attorneys. I call them attorneys, my MP, MP's PM, my PM. That day they shall come, they shall open their eyes that people are live now. People are not in sleeping mode. We are always in sleeping mode. That's what it is. Our past governments, our past organizations to whom we created an infrastructure. Many government companies were created, universities were created, institutions were created, organizations were created. These were created for purpose of constructive approach of moving this country to progress, to have more progress, to work more and more, to let people use these powers, these institutions for their development, for country's development. That continued, that happened. But now what? If my attorney is busy in selling those establishments which my previous forefathers created for me, should I sleep? If there are family members, 5 family brothers and sisters are there, fathers created a lot of property, and by that, after that, this property is to be divided among all of them, distributed among all of them. Should these people sell that property? Even if it is in loss, say, should I sell them? Or I have to think to improve them so that those properties continue to be used by me or by all of us. What is the option? Even if I decide to sell them, who shall buy them? And if somebody buys them, why shall that person buy? Is another question mark. That person shall buy only if that person can use this property further. If that person can make use of this property or can sell further for profit. If this goes on selling and selling further and further, this means there is a potential in that property. There is a value in that property. If that value I cannot discover, I am fool. Why I can discover that value in that property which is hidden in there, and I am just interested to sell it. Why it was then established? If I have to sell it, what was rule? If you sell it, yes, if there's misfortune, if you are going to die, there's no way out, in rare emergency or rare emergencies, something is justified. But what is emergency? This government has enlisted 48 companies now, government companies now 48, maybe 500 later on. They are going to sell that property. I don't understand meaning behind that. As a citizen of this country, I am unable to understand why they are interested to sell them. Are these government people completely inefficient? They cannot handle these properties. They cannot make use of them. This means there is something going on behind scene. A person who buys them, who is he? Is he a common man? Is he a person like me? Is he a tradesman? What is that person who buys this property? And what that person shall do with that property? Question mark arises. Why should someone buy that property which is of no use to me? And if it is useful for me, why should I sell it? If something is good for me, you think I shall sell it? Why? We are more than 25 crore people, well educated in this country. More than population of US, we are educated people. We people cannot handle those properties ourselves for our benefit. If we cannot handle them, if a government cannot handle them, what is function of government? Question mark. Why should I have the government then? Why should keep a government in power? Why should I have a prime minister? What's function of that? To sell everything? It's a common question. A question from a layman. I have money in my home, personal money, I have gold, something I sell in only emergency. The question is emergency existing there? In last 5 years, what did you create? Can you tell me one thing? Did you create some property? Did you create some organization that can help this country? If you cannot create something, you cannot produce something, you are not efficient enough to create wealth, to create asset for ourselves, you have no right to sell them. Create first. Create first, produce something. But you are not doing that. You are doing which a beggar can do. You are doing which a foolish person can do. If that private person who buys property can use that property, employ people to make more money out of that, why don't you do that yourself? What is hitch behind that? Why don't you trust your people? Why don't you confide in yourself? This is a question. Why don't you want to do hard work? Why do you rely on simple work? Sell it. Hard work is improve it. You have millions of engineers in this country. Those people shall employ those people. These people who is buyer would employ our people. Why don't you employ yourself? You will not do that. And this point we have to understand. If there had been one company, I agree. There was some problem, you sell a sick company. All 48 are sick, then you sell parliament also. You sell presidency also. You sell judiciary, everything you sell. You sell people of this country. Are you selling Prime Minister? Are you selling MPs? People are not speaking. What for you are sitting in Parliament? What is Congress bloody hell doing there? What are opposition people are doing there? Are they all chess off for everybody? These people are there to ask questions for us on our behalf. Why are they not asking? Just coming on press conference is not enough. Hold these ministers by their neck and ask questions. They are not God to me. They are my servants. I'm paying them. If they cannot answer questions, kick them out. This is the only way. Kick them out like Lebanon is doing, like Iraq is doing, like Hong Kong is doing. Be that. That is a method only, no other method. When your tongue doesn't work, it doesn't help. When your words don't help, only way left is your leg. Kick someone who is not working. That's the only way. If you cannot do that, you yourselves are not worth. You are kicked out. You resign from Parliament, leave Parliament if you cannot do that. It's my money. It's not your father's money. You're abusing that. It's people's money. And you don't know when people open their eyes, they are sleeping now, I know. We are sleeping in dreams. Oh, he will do it, no problem. We sleep. Seriousness is not our parent. We do not respect seriousness. That is our problem. Only one weakness in our country is people are not serious. And meaning of seriousness, they do not understand. Seriousness doesn't mean face is serious. Seriousness means chain of activities. We start something, we leave aside. Then we restart, we leave aside. This means we never believe in milestones. We never believe in destinations. We never believe in competitions. We believe in nothing. We leave it to God. Okay, if something is not done today, no issue. It can be done tomorrow. And if tomorrow it is not done, no issue. It can be done the next day, next to tomorrow. And then it keeps on moving and moving and moving. And all of our milestones are kept in darkness. This is what we are doing. We have no business with serious. We are easygoing people. We don't care for anything. I don't know what has happened to society. As much we are getting widened, as much as we are getting bigger society, bigger community, we are getting unreliable people. Reliability I have explained many times. Reliability means it should be safety plus it should be serviceability and it should be durability. These three we are missing. We are not safe in working. We are not safe in quality. We are not safe in safety. We are not safe in anything. We don't respect anything. We just respect, let it move as it is moving. Is that right? If you are not serious, certainly your people shall not be serious. Your representatives shall not be serious. They know very well. They know very well that only their objective is to get your votes, and they successfully get your votes. After that, they are not serious. During elections, they are very serious. They can deliver very good speeches, entertaining speeches. They are very good actors, and you are very good listeners to them. You are a good audience to them. And they can emotionalize you. They can put you on horns of sentimental state, and you just go for 10 minutes and vote for them. After that, thank you very much. You have done my service. Bye-bye. That type of democracy is not required. We have to check all problems. We have to see what's happened in Jammu and Kashmir. See, but till now there's no solution. One days have gone. 111 days have gone. And we are eating well. We are sleeping well. We are laughing. We are smiling. We are busy in our activities. And we are least bothered about those people who are under constraints, restrictions, and we are not even thinking of them. This is what our parliament did. This is what our government did. I blame both. First, I blame parliament of our country, which created this havoc for a part of our people, for a state which is a part of this country. For 72 years, we caused this havoc to them. And this is not acceptable to me as citizen. Maybe you people accept that because you have partisan attitude. You have no justice here. You have no justice in your minds and your hearts. You don't believe in justice. You believe in partiality. You have different thinking for those people. You may have those, but I have uniform thinking for whole society of this country. If we can abuse those people, put them under controls for one days today, maybe it is 200 days, who knows? But why? What is the reason? Why Parliament failed to conceive this? What is ultimate aim? Is that not a question to contemplate? What actually we want with them? What is our intention? Why are we treating them as if they are animals, or they are not human beings, or they are criminals, or they have done something which they should have done? After all, what is that? Parliament failed to answer, and Parliament means government failed to answer, and still there's no solution. They lie in Parliament, they lie in public, they can speak anything, they can state anything which doesn't fit into real situation. They tried to hide for a few days, few weeks, few months, but it exploded. It exploded whole world. That is happening in Kashmir more than Israel is doing against Palestine, more than other people who are suffering. These people are there. We are called sovereign society, socialist society, democratic society. This is sovereign society. This is secular society. You are forcing a whole society, a whole state just to die. You are torturing them, tormenting them for what? To run from there, to leave land for you. Why don't we do like that? After all, that were our people. That was our state. According to law, it was ours. But we have broken that law. We are happy that 370 has gone. We are happy because we don't understand anything. We are happy because we have no minds. People don't know what is 370. 98% people do not know what is 370, what was instrument of accession, what was J&K constitution, and what were various provisions for them. They just enjoy 370 has gone. And that is real foolishness. Without knowing something, we enjoy because PM said that, because Parliament said that. Both stupefied us. Prime Minister lied, Home Minister lied, Parliament lied. Everybody liar, They lied to us because they know we never read documents, we never refer to documents. And my challenge is, you ask in public, they won't answer you what is 370. They won't answer you what is instrument accession. They won't answer you what is J&K constitution. And they don't even know about our constitution, unfortunately. So those people who are so bad in their thinking, who are so irreliable people, you don't expect goodness from them. Be happy that people are in jail, people are in curfew. Be happy they are Muslims and beat them. Be happy whatever you think about, and be happy that you are non-Muslim. It's not question of Muslim or non-Muslim. It's not question of why you are doing that. Question is, where is humanity? If you consider human, should you extend to them this type of treatment? You have to raise this question yourself. Do you consider them part of this country? If you did consider the part of this country, why did you extend this type of treatment towards them? And why are you happy if government provides them this type of treatment? What is the reason behind that? Actually, you yourself don't know. Some confusion has been created in the mind, and you are happy with that without knowing plus and minus of that. And I'm sure you will suffer. A day is going to come when you shall suffer on this account. Government knows it very well. They understand this because they have done something without any calculation, without any ins and outs values reading. They've done it. They did it. If they have done it, Who will suffer? It's not government who will suffer. It's the public that will suffer. So you will be sufferer one day because as much as more and more you torture them, you ill-treat them, you consider they are not human beings, to that extent they will go back and back and back and back and back from your country. They will withdraw from this country, and they have withdrawn actually. If you don't know what's happening, government knows it very well. They people have divorces. That is the problem. That is the reason. Still they are in control. Otherwise, this control would have lifted long back. So you are already at loss. You are already at loss, and you are not understanding that point. You fail to understand that. This is what is JNK. Economy. Economy has burnt. We have ashes now. We have burned our economy ourselves. Why? Because our Prime Minister is very smart. He knows everything. Scientists may not know. Engineer may not know. Economists may not know. Our scientists, our engineers, our economists, our commercial people, all others don't know anything, but our Prime Minister knows everything. He knows everything. He has no deficiency in him. He is expert of every field without having any degree or diploma of that field. He is expert of everything, and this is a problem. A person who knows nothing and is appointed Prime Minister, what shall happen to this country? If you don't know yourself, it is your duty to take knowledge from others, to have consultancy from others. But no, all others cheat me. I am everything for you. When this tendency comes in a person, that person cannot use mind sound. This person cannot delegate authority to others. This person cannot understand you. That person only does what he thinks is right. He doesn't think for nation. He doesn't think for people. He has only a limited number of people about whom he thinks. And that's the problem. A Prime Minister who cannot answer people's questions, that Prime Minister is inefficient. That Prime Minister fails. That Prime Minister is not reliable. He has a duty to answer questions, but he never faces press. He never faces the people. So how can you expect that Prime Minister is good for you? If that Prime Minister does not know what shall happen after 10 years, what shall happen after 50 years, there is no document as such to tell people this is going to happen. No national plan is there. Today we know nothing about what will happen in the future. Simply saying I shall do this and I shall fight it, that is not going to help us. That's not going to help us. Tell us facts. People intend to know facts. At least those people who are in middle class, those people who are in lower class, they intend to know what are facts. Those 10% people who are in money's world, who are having lot of money with them, they have no problem. They have no problem at all. They are such powerful people. If there's a problem in this country, they can take out all money and go. They are such powerful people. They can stay in other countries, but 90% people cannot do that. Common people cannot do that. Middle people cannot do that. They don't know that only I can go to England and stay there. I can buy property in Canada and do business there and stay there. Everybody cannot do that. But these industrial people, they have no worry. They are homes everywhere. They can go. And they are going. They are going after looting our money. They are going, they are leaving this. And our government is watching. They are watching. Oh, you are going. Thank you very much. Goodbye. This is government. It is a constructive criticism. Because our government isn't responding. Our ministers say so many things. People are going to films, you have the good economy. People are smoking, good economy. People are having good food, good economy. These are our qualified ministers. very qualified ministers. Do you aspire that you should have such ministers? You should have such prime minister who just lies every time, who can show you heavens. Go, there's heaven, I'll get it for you. All times he promises heavens which can never come to you. He never talks of rocks. He never talks of sun, that you have to suffer in sun, you have to suffer in this, you have to suffer in temperature. He never talks of that. He shows you green pastures. Oh, I'll get to this economy, I'll double your income, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do nothing. Means for survival in government, they can speak whatever suits them. Only aim is to have government, to stay in government, state government or its central government. Only aim is, only object is you stay in high offices, and that's it. If that is only an aim, then we cannot move this country. No way. Education, economy, which is right? Today, I am a person. I got engineering degree. You think it was a joke? I was born in 1955. Just see that time of 1955. Just you can say 8 years post-independence. 8 years post-independence means what was there? Nothing. Nothing was there. But we got education of a school, and that was like free. I used to pay 30 paisa. 30 paisa in 1 rupee there are 100 paisa. So 30 paisa in, you can say, primary schools, and then maybe 10 paisa more in middle school, and maybe 10 paisa more in higher secondary school. That was fee for a student, common student. And fee was equal even in government schools and private schools. There was no much disparity. And even milk was served during lunchtime. So people like me could get school education easily. Many of us got concessions of fees, even examination fees. Means you can say education was like free, completely free. Then colleges, I got free education of college and got further education of, that's also like, means when I started earning, I got further degree. It was very economical. So I got up, people got up. We got various engineers, doctors, professionals who paid not much for their education, and people got educations. People got professional status. People came up, and there's the crores and crores of professionals appeared in this country. But what's happening now? If I cannot get education when I don't afford, what's the purpose of government? If I am poor or I am middle class, say middle class doesn't mean you're crorepati, it doesn't mean that. When I am not in a position to pay for my education, this means I have no right to have education. What do you think? I should not get education? Is education a property only rich can get? Is an item? Is a good the only rich can get? Can it be bought? Can you buy education? It is right of everybody to get education, because directly or indirectly public taxes are being spent on universities and colleges. So it is right of public to get that. Whose responsibility is then to provide this concession? It is the responsibility of a state, government. It will be central or state. You have to provide this. And if you just announce my fees, with what calculation? What is calculation behind that? Why you are so poor that you cannot impart me education free of cost? I am citizen of this country. I am not your servant. If my parent cannot afford me, how can I study? And if I cannot study, how can I understand my country? How can I understand this world? How can I understand economics? How can I understand what you are doing? To see what you are doing, to understand my country, my economics, my profession, I have to be educated. So it is my right. If you are a failure to grant to me that right, no, I don't need you there. Why should I need you there? If you can't release funds for public education, what for you are there? It's not your father's property. It's public fund. You can't say no. You can't say. If you say no, then you go. You don't need. I'm not reading you. What shall I keep you? What? What are you doing there? You have to serve me. It is your duty to provide free education to people. If they are not educated, how shall they repay? They cannot repay. You want them to work for you as labor? You want them your servants? You want them your beggars? What do you want? You do your job. People are struggling. You are innocent. Why you are innocent? Get them free. If they are intelligent, they will come back after passing, after getting employment. That they can pay taxes. They can get money from overseas. If you go, they leave this country and want there. But why do you barricade them from education? Why do you commercialize education? Are we a country we can afford that, you think? Are we that nation we can afford education to be commercialized? This is your grand design just to keep off people from getting education. You do not want that people should be educated. There's no question of caste, no question of religion. It is right of people as a welfare state that they must be educated. And it is duty of government. You do that or else you are not qualified for this position. Education, the economy, you have devastated economy of this country. Economy of this country is in hell. It is at ocean bottom. It is because of government. People have to open companies. People must open factories, new factories. People must install new designs. But here, whatever was available is receding. People are closing out factories. People are closing out industries, full or in part. And you are just watching. You are just having, just like a match is ongoing and you're watching that. What you are doing? If people are being laid off, people are being laid off and retrenched, what are you waiting for? Why you are waiting for? For whom? I do not understand what type of government you are. Don't you feel some pain in your mind, in your body, that my people are getting off job, they are getting employed, you must have some solution? You have no solution. You are not having any solution. Just roaming here and there around world, you think that is solution? Just going to this country, that country, this country, that country, shall it solve problem? And if it has solved problem, how much problem you have solved? Tell us. For 5 years, you have been roaming here and there. Just give your performance. What you have done? What miracles you have achieved, which last governments could not, past governments failed to achieve. What is purpose of your going there? If it is diplomatic relation, fine, you can do it from here. What we have achieved so far, we have lost so much. Means you are just expert in creating problems. You are not interested to solve problems. You are creating problems like NRC you create. You create problems like temple issue. You create problems like economic problem, this problem, that problem, education problem. Means people should struggle all the time. They should struggle. They should not have silence or peace of mind so that they cannot raise question to you. And I am blaming opposition more than government, because for me, opposition is more important than government. Because for me, for citizen, it is opposition that can raise questions. Because I am not accessible to parliament, I am not accessible to PM. It is opposition that is. The duty of opposition is more significant than a citizen of this country. But citizen's duty is absolute. It is fundamental. It has to be like radical. But opposition is a source, it's a medium for me, for citizen, to go to parliament, to raise my question, raise my voice. But unfortunately, as today opposition is depressed, particularly Congress has not come out of losing power. It's still in the mind, it's in depression. What to do? Congress is only party which is in opposition, other parties are also there. If Congress is depressed, others are super depressed. So can we rely upon such opposition or such inefficient government? What should we do? Well, we know what should we do, but we don't do, unfortunately. This government did nothing, and again they are in power, and they are doing nothing, and again they are in power. This is public. Public thinks by heart. Public does not think by mind. Only problem that I am finding in this country, our country, is big problem is one, that analysis is not done. Do you know analysis? What is analysis? Analysis means to think on root cause of every problem. If I have some problem, before reaching solution, I have to understand what is problem inside that community. What is problem there? There can be one problem, or there can be two problems, or there will be combination of many problems, or there will be complete problems bundles. Until as national, I do not check that. I do not examine my problems. How can I study those problems? And if I don't study those problems, how can I try to find solutions for that problem? That is a big question mark. And we, great company, great country, millions of engineers we have, millions of medicos we have, and millions of other professionals we have, millions of BAs, MAs, BScs, MScs, PhDs, teachers, professors, doctors, and psychologists, all that journalists we have. How many people who can work on analysis do we have? I don't think even 0.5%. That is our problem. Our problem. Journalists are expected to analyze. Professionals are expected to analyze. None of them analyzes. Journalists passing news as if this is a post office. Just take what's happening here and transmit. Same thing television channel is doing. Same thing print media is doing. Our editorials are there. No analysis is done by people. No analysis is done by intellectuals. This means people don't want to know root cause of problem. And if you don't want to know root cause of problem, this is your problem. This country cannot find solutions. Cannot find solutions. And our government is happy with this, because television channels don't talk of something. They don't talk of all issues what country faces. They have only very calculated issues. This is Ram temple, this is mosque, this is Pakistan, this is Bharat, this is Hindu, this is Muslim, this is this. And on these 3 and 4 issues, they just take your time, take your money, and waste your electrical bill. I am wasting my electrical bill, my, you can say, dish bill. I am wasting my time. I am wasting my efforts just to watch these nonsense news, manufactured news. I should condemn them. And I should condemn people who give favorable news to government, like Indian Express, like now Bharat Times, like many others people who are just sometimes back good people, but now sold people they are. And what should we do? Ultimately, my aim is to find solution for my country. I am not able to find that. Means you need some source. I want to raise question to PM. I cannot raise. PM is not my God. I have to raise questions to him to answer. And if every citizen thinks that way, every person tries that way, we can change this country. But politicians do not want that. Well, I am not slave to politician. Why should I be slave to? Why should you be slave ultimately? I am not linked to any political parties and I don't have such ambition. And if I have ambition, I can start my political party and nobody can stop me. I can start elections of my own self, nobody can stop me. But I am not interested in politics. I am interested in national politics, and everybody is a national politician. These are only political parties. These are political shops. They are doing business. They are industries of politics. They are industry of vote catching. They are only interested in that. They are only interested in their shops, in their business of politics, all political parties. But I am not interested in that. You are not interested then. Why should I support them then? Why don't I kick them? Why don't you leg them? Why don't you break their heads? Why do you support them? For what? You say, oh, if I don't support them, who will run this country? But they are not running this country as well. They have not done anything. If they run this country well, there should no problem at all. There should no problem. They are not running this country. I am in wrong family. I am in imagination, oh, this prime minister is working very well for my country. Just an argument, baseless argument. If suppose he works as well, it's his job. He's paid for that. Just like you work somewhere, you are paid for that. It's an achievement, it's a specific obligation on someone. If I am doing job for someone, that is my duty. So you are appointed for that. You do that. Nothing big in that. You are paid. You are appointed for that. What's this up? Just like, oh, VVIP. Hell with VVIP. I don't care. I am doing my job and you do just that's the relation, nothing else. If I am happy, I will vote you, got whatever. I don't need you. That type of smart level our citizens lack. Our citizens consider, oh, I am existing because of this government. Which is reverse. Government is existing because of me. I am not existing because of government. This ill mind should go away. Who are you to sell these companies? My question is. Who are you to treat Kashmir people like this? My question is that. Who are you ill-treat these students who are talking of fees and fighting for that? My question is that. Why educations are being degraded? My question is that. Why our professionals are not being educated to extend to level they are required? My question is that. Why you're just wasting time in secularism division? My question is that. My questions are all like that. My question is this, that you have to answer me. Why don't you answer me? Why should I rely upon those people who are your supporters and they are working in channels and papers? Why should I worry about them? Why don't you worry about this country and I have to worry about this country? Means, why are we so lenient in our approach that we just grant concessions to government all time? Okay, we think no problem, in 5 years this man did not this, he was doing something else, let him give one more chance. Then next 5 years, okay, one more chance. The next 5 months, by time 25 years or over, I die. Means I just give chance for futile activities that has no concrete delivery. Why I should do that? I don't understand. मेरी समझ नहीं आता कि हम लोग चाहते क्या है। हम कहने को भारत भारत करते हैं, इंडिया इंडिया करते हैं, शोर मचाते हैं, हमें नहीं पता हम कहाँ जाना चाहते हैं। हम कुछ नहीं जानते, बस हमें रोटी मिल जाए, कपड़ा मिल जाए, बस हम सो जाएं। सरकार रोटी नहीं देने वाली, आपको याद रख लेना। कुछ नहीं करने वाली सरकार। सरकार को अपनी रोटी की चिंता होती है। हमें ऐसा चाहिए सरकार जो डरे नहीं कि मैं दोबारा आऊंगी या नहीं आऊंगी, बॉम्ब बाढ़ करके काम करे। हमें वो सरकार चाहिए जो हमारी प्रॉब्लम्स को, हमारी समस्याओं को सॉल्व करे। हमें वो सरकार चाहिए जो एम्प्लॉयमेंट क्रिएट करे। हमें वो सरकार चाहिए जो एजुकेशन को ऊपर उठाए। हमें वो सरकार चाहिए जो ये चीज की गारंटी दे कि हर बच्चे को एजुकेशन मिलेगी। हमें वो सरकार चाहिए। हमें वो सरकार चाहिए जो देश के बारे में सोचे, देश को आगे बढ़ाए, ना कि विदेश घूमती रहे। हमें वो सरकार चाहिए यहाँ काम पैदा करे कि बाहर के लोग आके काम करें यहाँ। हमें वो सरकार चाहिए। हमें वो सरकार तो सपने में चाहिए, वास्तविकता में नहीं चाहिए। सपने में देख रहे हैं हम, सपने में 15 लाख देखते थे, सपने में 5 ट्रिलियन देख रहे हैं। सपने ही सपने, सपने ही सपने, सब कुछ अपने, कोई अपना नहीं। क्या है, पागलपन है हमें, बेवकूफ है हम। आज लगता है कई बार पता नहीं आजाद क्यों कराया गया, क्यों कराया गया, किस लिए? एक चला गया गौरा तो काले को बिठा दो, बस हो गई आजादी। वो भी तंग करते थे, ये भी तंग कर रहे हैं। वो भी पिटाई करते थे, ये भी पिटाई कर रहे हैं। वो भी पुलिस से मरवाते थे, ये पुलिस से मरवा रहे हैं। फर्क क्या है? वो लूटते थे, ये भी लूट रहे हैं। क्या फर्क है? तो फिर हम गुलाम हैं या स्वतंत्र हैं, प्रश्न तो उठता है। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन नाम के लिए रह गया है, बस शपथ ले लो, बस बात खत्म। गीता पे ना ली, कुरान पे ना ली, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के लिए ली। क्या होता है उससे? अरे जब मानना नहीं उसको तो क्या फायदा उसका? जैसे आप राम राम की बात करते हैं आजकल, श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम। मेरा प्रश्न है हर एक से, हर भारत के नागरिक से जो श्री राम की बात करता है, उनमें से मुझे ये बता दें कितने श्री राम को फॉलो करते हैं। मैं पूजा पाठ की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, पूजा पाठ आप कीजिए, कोई मुझे सलाह, आप फॉलो कितने करते हैं? राम के रास्ते पे कितने चल रहे हैं मुझे बताएगा कोई? कितने लोग हैं जो राम के रास्ते पे चल सकते हैं? मेरी गारंटी है आपको आधे % भी लोग नहीं मिलेंगे जो राम के नाम पे चल सकते हैं। सवाल ही नहीं उठता। राम पे नाम पे चल के मोदी नहीं बनाया जा सकता, तो मोदी राम के नाम पे कभी नहीं चला और कांग्रेस भी राम के नाम पे कभी नहीं चली। राम के नाम पे चलने के लिए बलिदान देना पड़ता है, राम के नाम पे चलने के लिए सच्चाई को फॉलो करना पड़ता है, राम के नाम पे चलने में जंगलों में रहना पड़ता है। राम का नाम चलना इतना आसान नहीं है। राम के नाम पे तो कृष्ण भी नहीं चला, जो खुद राम था किसी जमाने में, वो भी नहीं चल पाया था, इसलिए वो कृष्ण बन के आया था। अरे राम के नाम पे नहीं चलते तो हरिश्चंद्र के नाम पे क्या चलोगे? वो तो राम से भी बढ़ के है। सत्य पे चलना मजाक है क्या? खेल है क्या बच्चों का? बातें करते हैं राम की, मजाक करते हैं राम के नाम का। राम क्या मंदिर में मिलता है? राम क्या सुप्रीम कोर्ट कहने से आएगा? राम क्या मोदी के कहने से आएगा? राम का मजाक बना के रख दिया है, जैसे संविधान का मजाक बना के रख दिया है। राम को किसी मंदिर की जरूरत नहीं है, किसी बिल्डिंग की जरूरत नहीं है। और राम को बिल्डिंग की जिसकी जरूरत है, वो बिल्डिंग आपका दुनिया में कोई बना नहीं सकता, कभी नहीं बना सकता। राम को जितनी बिल्डिंग बड़ी चाहिए तो आप कल्पना में भी नहीं बना सकते। राम की जो बिल्डिंग बननी चाहिए, तो खेल बच्चों का, ड्रामा, पॉलिटिक्स, राजनीति के अलावा कुछ नहीं है। पब्लिक को बेवकूफ बनाए जाओ, पब्लिक की भावनाओं को उड़ाई जाओ, बस हमें वोट दे देना, बस। सिर्फ आपकी मंजिल वोट है, इसके अलावा राम नहीं है आपकी मंजिल। जिसकी राम मंजिल होती है वहां प्रॉब्लम होती ही नहीं। राम की मंजिल में प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती, क्योंकि राम तो धोबी की बात भी सुनता है, चुप चुप जाता है, सारे सीक्रेट जानता है। राम का मतलब बहुत बड़ा है, बहुत बड़ा मतलब है। हम क्या समझेंगे उसको? बस बोल दिया, ड्रामा कर दिया, एक्टिंग कर दी, जय श्री राम जय श्री राम। बस खेल बच्चों का बना दिया उसको, राजनीति का मोहरा बना दिया उसको। यही तो अचीवमेंट है सरकारों की, यही शुरू से रही है। इसमें सब मिले हैं, इसमें कोई अलग नहीं है। कांग्रेस रही हो, बीजेपी रही हो, जनसंघ रही हो, आरएसएस रही हो, बीजेपी रही हो, सब उसी ड्रामे का एक हिस्सा है। कोई कुछ नहीं चाहता, सिर्फ राजनीतिक गेम चाहते हैं। और सुप्रीम कोर्ट भी मिल गया उसमें, बाकी तो छोड़ो आप, वो भी शामिल हो गया। पब्लिक तो शामिल पहले ही है। मतलब देश चाहे भाड़ में, हमें पहले मंदिर चाहिए या मस्जिद चाहिए, ये फैसला करना है। हमें पढ़ाई से कोई चिंता नहीं है। अरे बस ये सोच कितनी खतरनाक है, आगे जाके पता लगेगा। अरे राम राम की जगह है, मंदिर मंदिर की जगह है, उसके लिए इतना हंगामा क्यों? किस लिए? कितने स्कूल कॉलेज आपने बनाए, कितने आपने इंडस्ट्रीज बनाई, कितना आपने एक्सपेंशन किया दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट्स का, क्या आपने तरक्की की, उसकी बात कीजिए। पैसा कितना था आपके पास जब आए थे, आज कितना है आपके पास, जवाब दीजिए। जब कांग्रेस गई थी तो आपके पास कितना फॉरेन रिजर्व था, आप आज कितना है तो कहां गया? आपके पास बैलेंस में कितना डेफिसिट था, आज आप कितना है तो क्यों है? पहले टैक्स कलेक्शन कितनी होती तो आज कितनी होती, उसका जवाब दीजिए। आपने आप नोटबंदी की तो उसका क्या रिजल्ट है, उसका जवाब दीजिए। ये जवाब दीजिए आप, उसके जवाब आप नहीं देते। आज भी हम नहीं जानते कि जितने आपने एक्शन लिए, जितने काम किए, उसके रिजल्ट क्या है, किधर है, कहाँ जवाब है? आपने पिछले 5 साल में जो किया उसका क्या रिजल्ट आया, आपने कोई जवाब नहीं दिया। तो फिर आप किस बात की सरकार है, क्या चला रहे हैं आप? इकोनॉमी के बारे में आपके पास जवाब नहीं है, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट के बारे में आपके पास जवाब नहीं है, एजुकेशन के बारे में आपके पास जवाब नहीं है, डेवलपमेंट के बारे में आपके पास जवाब नहीं है, खेती के बारे में आपके पास जवाब नहीं है, और किसी भी चीज के बारे में आपके पास जवाब नहीं है। तो जवाब कौन देगा आपकी जगह? क्या आकर वो देगा, ट्रंप देगा, या आकर इमरान देगा, या आकर कोई गल्फ का सलमान देगा? कौन देगा जवाब? जवाब तो आपको देना पड़ेगा, सरकार आप चला रहे हैं, पैसा मेरा है, मैं आपके पैसे का जवाब नहीं मांगूंगा। आप किसी को भी कुछ पैसा देगा मैं पूछूंगा नहीं, आप कहीं भी पैसा खर्च किया मैं पूछूंगा नहीं। आप बजट का जवाब नहीं देते कि मैंने इस साल इतना इतना पैसा इस बजट में दिया है और अगले साल इतना इतना इसका फायदा है, नुकसान हुआ है, आप बताते हैं। इतने लोग पैसे लेके भाग गए, इसका क्या जवाब है? इतने बैंकों के पैसे नहीं है, वो क्या जवाब है? पीएमसी बैंक के आपको कोई जवाब नहीं है, कल को दूसरा बैंक के पास कोई जवाब नहीं है, बस टैक्स लगाए जाओ, ये लगाए जाओ, वो लगाए जाओ, ये किए जाओ, वो किए जाओ, एक ही काम है आपके पास। देश है ये, देश आपके घर की दुकान नहीं है, ये आपकी गली नहीं है। क्या लेके झाड़ू लगा के दिखा दी कि मैं सफाई कर रहा हूँ, टैक्स भी लेते हैं, उसके नाम पे सफाई कहीं नहीं हो रही है। स्मार्ट सिटी बना रहे हैं नाम के लिए, कुछ सिटी स्मार्ट नहीं है। कौन पूछेगा, कौन जवाब देगा? पब्लिक नहीं पूछती, पब्लिक डर जाती है। मेरे को ये समझ नहीं आता डर क्यों जाती है, किससे डर जाती है, क्यों डर जाती है? अरे आपका पैसा जल रहा है, आपका पैसा लूटा जा रहा है, आपका पैसा जिन्होंने कंपनियां बनाई बेचे जा रही हैं, सब कुछ आपके सामने आग लगाई जा रही है, और आप बैठे हैं मोदी 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 बस। अरे बैंक वाला बैंक के पैसे वापस नहीं देता है, लोग बोले भी ना, नौकरी नहीं मिल रही, लोग बोलेंगे नहीं, फीस बढ़ाई जाओ, लोग बोलेंगे नहीं, क्यों नहीं बोलेंगे भाई? आपने एहसान किया है, पीएम बन के, मिनिस्टर बन के एहसान किया आपने, आप बात को मानते भी नहीं कि प्रॉब्लम है देश में। आप मानेंगे नहीं क्योंकि आप चोर हैं, आप लुटेरे हैं, बदमाश हैं, इसलिए नहीं मानेंगे। आपको पता है आप गलत है। मतलब 5 साल मिले, लूटते जाओ लूटते जाओ लूटते जाओ, डायरेक्टली इनडायरेक्टली, कैसे भी। इलेक्ट्रल बॉन्ड अच्छा ड्रामा है, अच्छा ड्रामा है भाई, पब्लिक तो समझी ही नहीं। ये इलेक्ट्रल बॉम्ब में किस दवाई का नाम है? अरे बहुत अच्छा दवाई है, आया था कोई लेके इलेक्ट्रल बॉम्ब, मेरी सारी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो गई भाई। हाँ भाई सॉल्व हो गई भाई। अब मेरा प्रश्न है, इलेक्ट्रल बॉम्ब क्यों लिया भैया आपने? मुझे नहीं मालूम कि ये पैसे आपको आए तो कहां से आए, मैं क्यों ना जानूं इस बात को। अगर आपको किसी भी पार्टी ने, किसी भी कंपनी ने, किसी ने भी पैसा दिया तो ये मेरा जानने का हक क्यों नहीं है भाई? आखिर वो पैसा उसके बाप का भी नहीं है, वो भी हमारे पैसे से लाया है, कहीं ना कहीं कमा के लाया है, चाहे वो कोई भी कंपनी हो, पब्लिक के पैसे से ही कमाती है, बिजनेस पब्लिक के साथ ही होता है। तो वो पैसा कितना आपको दे रहा है मैं क्यों ना जानूं, आप किससे ले रहे हैं मैं क्यों ना जानूं? क्या ये मेरा हक नहीं है? आपने एक कानून ला के दबा दो बस उसको, वो भी बजट में। या ये तो चोरी है। और कोई आपसे पूछे तो दादागिरी दिखाओ उसको। आपसे रिजर्व बैंक कोई क्वेश्चन करे तो उसका जवाब मत दो, इलेक्शन कमीशन को क्वेश्चन करे तो जवाब मत दो, और पब्लिक तो क्वेश्चन करेगी ही नहीं। तो ये सब तो नहीं चलेगा। मिस्टर इलेक्ट्रल बॉन्ड, मिस्टर जेम्स बॉन्ड, ये सब नहीं चलेगा। ये तो पता पब्लिक को समझ ही नहीं आता, एक्चुअली जब होता है कुछ पता ही नहीं लगता पब्लिक को। Public is kept in darkness always. Remember, they bring resolutions and solutions and problems with such a speed that in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, they want immediate pass. Without any deliberation, without any consideration, without any loopholes, without anything, so that public has no time to read all that. And these analysts who are journalists and reporters, they don't have time to completely review them. And that is a philosophy. Just bring 10 acts one day and let them pass immediately, as happened in Jammu and Kashmir. They did not give in 5 hours time or 2 days time or 3 days time just to study that and let it be passed today. That is called sixer. I want sixer today so that people just clap. That's it, nothing else. I want their clapping. I don't want their criticism. This happens. This is your design. Impact only, nothing else. Minds are impacted and people can't think. This is policy of this government. Means you don't allow any time to review, to think, and let people forget that after weeks, just like people did. People forget, make them forget. This is your policy. But remember, time is teacher. Time repeats everything. Time repeats everything, believe me. And you know it. But you want to hide that. You are stealing my money. Even if I know it late, I will question. You are robbing my money. Even if I am late, I shall raise this question. You are free for privatization. Nobody stops you, but start new. Start new, afresh. If you want privatization railway, privatize it, but new. We don't allow our railway system, our infrastructure to be used by that party. Let them create their own. Then it's okay. I don't mind that. Let them compete. What's the problem? Let them come up fresh. Why they should use my infrastructure for their profit? Why I shall allow them? I will not allow them. I will force you to stop that because you are indirectly looting that money and helping that cheater, that robber to loot that money. You have become a patron for that. Public has to know it. It is right of public to know it. Why should I sell myself for private person's benefit? It is my tax money. It maybe was created by Nehru or Patel or whosoever created that. It was public fund. These companies were created, and you are not interested in those companies because you want to sell them. Why you want to sell them is no answer from you because you cannot create them. So that okay, today you sell them, then next year, after 5 years, what you shall sell them? What have you to sell? You get some money. After you eat that money, it spends like my father was rich. He left money for me. He left me so much land, so much property. I use sell them every year, two, three properties, and eat them. How long I can move like that? What is my contribution actually? No contribution at all. I am selling everything my father created, my mother created, and enjoying my life and drinking. I'm enjoying with girls. I'm going to world tours. I'm enjoying all. I'm disowning all those monies. And once money is gone, it doesn't come back. This is what is now happening. This is what PM is doing. Nothing else. He did nothing. He didn't contribute anything. He's selling, sell. Before next election, we are lost. Sell it and make money for me in future. Because we know Ambani's pocket is your pocket. We know Adani's pocket is your pocket. You know that. You are a partner there. When you can be model for money, you can be anything. I know. I am talking clearly. And I am exposing myself to action. I know. I am at track. They can catch me. I know. Even then I will speak. Ultimately, you can kill me, not more than that. You can do anything. Max, you can kill me, nothing else. Kill me. But I will not stop speaking because it is my duty, it is my right to speak. I have to teach people what is happening. I am not politician. I am not leader. I am a citizen of this country, and every citizen is leader of this country. Every citizen is honor of this country. Every citizen is prime minister of this country, and citizen is citizen. We are people of this country to check on you. I am interested to audit what you do, and everybody is interested, though people are not opening their mouth, they are not raising their voice, but voice stands accumulated in their minds and hearts. They are having less bravery, they are not speaking, but once they see people are speaking, they shall start contributing, they shall start associating with them. You may use EVM for your election, you may use whatever you want to use. There is end of every sin one day. Remember Ravan also left this world. Hitler left this world. Hiranyakashipu left this world. All, you can say, Kansa left this world. There is no one who was a criminal, who was a tormentor of people. Everyone had to leave this world. And you are also same line person one day to leave this world. Don't keep in your mind that you are forever here, but you are sent to this position to serve people of this country and not to destroy economy or political status of this country. Don't think that you are here forever. Nobody has been ever. Indira Gandhi also had same mind one time in emergency that was called India is Indira and India, and she is also not there. Bhutto also did same thing that we will keep fighting for 1,000 years, and Bhutto has also left. So be human, be personate. Don't think you can do whatever you want to do. Public, when come up, our public is silent. It doesn't mean they are dead. Lebanon is much better than our youth. Maybe you don't know what's Lebanon. It's in a North Africa country, very small country, much smaller than ourselves. And you know what's happening there? A Mediterranean state like Libya's Mediterranean state, people have forced prime minister to resign in 13 days because of bad economy, because of in progress economy, because they are not getting employment, because they are not getting education well. So all these problems, just like we are having here, they also had. But they are revolutionary people. They people have hard blood. They failed government. And you have see Hong Kong, a state of China, where what's happening, I think you know it well. How people have been struggling, and from that people's struggle, it has been, you can say, a anti-national struggle now. They are burning buses, they are burning buildings, they are burning stations, they are burning, people are being killed. So that is called revolution. And not only this, you can find same thing in many other locations of this world. So our people, because are very comfortable with whatever action is taken against them, our people are little lazy in thinking and working. And that is the reason that they have not come up to speak against government, because either they fear too much or they enjoy too much. One of two things. Either though they have a lot of money, or they have no worries, or they don't think. Once they start thinking, then it shall happen as happened with British. They were nothing until Gandhi joined that. Gandhi streamlined people. Gandhi arranged, organized people to come to same line of action. Once people concentrated, one people congressed there. Actually, that was Congress, People's Congress. Though it's not named Congress, but Gandhi created a real Congress for people. It was not called political party. It was not this Congress. All people of this country who wanted freedom, who sought freedom from British, they conversed together, they concentrated to one place, they ingressed at one place, and that was Congress. Once people were united, they started talking in crowds. They stirred the design, stirred them completely, and then started real struggle of freedom. Before that, it was test. It was silent struggle, nothing struggle, just chanting struggle. Chanting doesn't give you anything. You have to act. Problem is today that our opposition people, Congress and others, they were supposed to do something for people, and unfortunately, they have not done that. They were government people before, now they are in a position. I think they do not understand well what is job of opposition. They are not clear about that, and that causes a problem. Because they have been used to power, they do not know what is opposition. They are actually responsible for our plights. If they speak too much, if this come on road, they represent us, Modi shall be set right in one day. Modi shall come to terms. But unfortunately, our opposition is dead. And when the opposition is dead, public has to come, public has to chart it out as opposition, not as party, but as system. Always remember in democracy, in our system, and likewise, opposition is always considered virtually and practically higher than government, not in legal terms, in practical terms. Because opposition has a right to go to parliament, opposition has a right to raise questions, opposition can do a lot which has not been done. And public requires opposition to raise its voice because government on its own will not raise voice against itself. But it is the job of opposition. So there is no term opposition in constitution, and there is also no term of any political party in government. Yet opposition is a system, it is a requirement, and we are all in opposition to teach government what they should do. Opposition doesn't mean opposing everything, but if something goes against public, it has to be raised up. That is very important. We know that and we speak about this, but we never, I don't understand what has happened to youth of today, what has happened to public of today, why our bloods have frozen, why our tongue have stopped, why our minds have stopped blowing up, why we are not igniting our minds. These are questions which we have to answer ourselves. And if we fail to answer ourselves, we consider these leaders as our gods, then suppose you are going completely to die. You assume you are going to die in that case. Die means mentally and physically both. If you consider these leaders as our bosses, as our gods, they are our servants, and we have to check this country ourselves, or nothing will be left in this country one day except these robbers. I am openly calling them robbers because they are robbing us. They are robbing us of our votes by EVM. They are robbing our sentiments. They are robbing our wills. They are robbing our money, and they are robbing everything from us. In return, they are giving us lies. They are giving us jumlas. They are giving us false promises. They are giving only some imaginary world. They are not giving us some solid return. Our dividends are not coming from our government. Our dividends not means doesn't mean money. It means returns, welfare of people as welfare state. Return is we should have problems solved. Is we should have comfortable life. They used to call good days or अच्छे दिन. Those अच्छे दिन, we want those days which were in 2013 and 12, or which were in 2009 or 8. We want those days. Give me back our those days. I don't want your 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19 days. I want those days because you destroyed our country in your resign. So how can you say we want your days? We want those days back. If you cannot give this, what to do? You have only caused problems for people. These problems are not resolvable. You have defamed our country. You have defamed our country in name of human resource, human rights. You have defamed our country in name of Jammu and Kashmir issue. You have defamed our country in name of GDP. You have defamed our country in name of educational pollution. I call it education pollution because education has gone down. Education pollution, you have to consider that in addition to air pollution because education is also polluted. Means your people who are coming after education are not quality people. Those people are not quality oriented. They people just are crammed one. They have only marks and coming back for further education. Means you have not streamlined, you have not produced technicians, you have not produced people who can work hand. You are not teaching them anything. You are just giving them certificates. This is MBA certificate, B certificate. People who are engineers coming out, they are not fit for industry. Doctors are coming out, they are not fit for treatment. Means what we are fit for? Where have we gone? Where is labs? Where is check? Where is fault? Can't we find that? If we cannot find our faults ourselves, who shall find for us? Shall America come, England come, or Southern come? They have their own problems. We know every country is a problem. That's why we are not working for us. People are in Israel in problem, Palestinian problem, people in Syria in problem, people in Venezuela problem, people in UK in problem with Brexit, people in USA problem with China, people in Saudi with Yemen problem, people in Hong Kong problem, Algeria, Sudan problem. At least we have to learn from them how they are solving this problem. Algeria, how they are solving, Sudan, South Sudan is solving, Lebanon, how they are solving, how they are solving their problem, or how is struggling to solve them. We have to learn from them, though they should learn from us. But now I think we are not educated one, we are not qualified one. They should learn from us. They are not able to learn from us. We are not able to. We have to learn from them. We have to learn from Arab. We have to learn from why we think we have to learn from America alone. America is a dying country. Itself is dying. It's denying itself. It's curtailing its power. It's not that America which is 50 years back, just 20 years back. It's from America. UK is dying in Brexit name, and we cannot learn from UK then. From whom to learn? I give you such example. Our youth must be active in education, advisors, in revolution. Youth can change country, remember. Youth can make country, remember. Youth, if remains inactive, country sleeps. If youth community is active, country is active. Because persons like me are lazy. Persons like me cannot do much. We can think only, and even stop thinking also. Because we have no future. It's gone. I have no life to stay more. Who knows when I leave? So I will not think for this country. I will think only for my health. Oh, I am ill. I am sick. But I am not getting any benefit from state. If I am sick, if I have mediclaim, I can go to hospital and get my treatment. At least I get 60% or say 50% from insurance company. But if I not have money for say for my life, for a health insurance, how I can manage? What government is doing for me? If I am 65, for example, I am sick, shall government help me? Government shall not help me. Why? Why they shall not help me? Why should I support myself? If there's a lakhs of bill in private hospital, I cannot pay that. How a poor one can pay that? Whose responsibility is this? Means you are not taking any responsibility anywhere. Then what is purpose of government then? What is purpose of government? I have to define purpose of government first. Where is job description of our ministers? Where is job descriptions for our president? Where is job description for our judges? There is no job description for someone. Just they are moving in air, in wind, that no one can question them. What is job description for member of parliament? What is job description for MLA? There is job description for a PM. There is job description for a small engineer. There is job description for a small doctor, for a small employee, for a small clerk. For them, there is job description. And for halves, they assume whatever is job description. Where are the professionals then? Why don't you professionalize jobs? We have to professionalize our member of parliaments. We have to professionalize our MLAs. Why don't you professionalize them? Why have we hesitation to have a professional status? Why I have no right to ask my candidate of MP, tell me about constitution, tell me what you do in parliament? Do I have no right to think so? I have full right to raise questions. But I raise questions only, there is a system as such. Why don't you conduct their examination? Written examination as well as verbal examination. Do you have knowledge of this system? Are you aware of constitution? We have a right to ask them. What is your mind? How can you think about this country? What is your intention to solve problems? And do you know problems? How many problems do you know? What is your program for this area? What is your program for this nation? Are these not relevant questions? Why don't you raise them? We are just saying we will elect one prime minister without any basis. Why I worry about prime minister election when I have nothing to do with prime minister? When I know nothing about this candidate and there is no election for prime minister, why should unnecessarily talk of this? There is never an election of chief minister, but we think of chief ministers. We very rarely think of member of parliament whose re-election is there. We rarely think of MLA whose re-election is there. But this is our weakness or this is government weakness. Whose weakness is this? I cannot fault on constitution because constitution is very clear. Constitution says you are not going to elect your PM, you are not going to elect your chief minister, you have to elect your MP and MLA. Constitution is very clear, but it is only clear when we read that. We never think to elect MP, we think to elect PM. Why? Because my mind is foolish. I don't think beyond that. When I vote for PM and PM is not elected, MP is elected, why shall that MP worry about me? Oh, hey, he is going to PM. Okay, if he elects PM, I shall automatically be elected. Means system has been corrupt. What constitution says we have, it's not fault of this government. I'm not blaming this government. It is system completely as it is. And it's not now since 1970s. When you think Indira Gandhi is to be elected, Nehru is to be elected, Shastri is to be elected, Modi is to be elected, then constitution is scrapped automatically. You are not complying with constitution. You are complying with some known faces, eminent faces, not character, not potential, not efficiency, not program, and not future of this country. You are electing foolish person. I consider your foolishness to elect that foolishness. You are not authorized. You are electing an imagination. Whose weakness is this? If your MP comes good, if you elect a very good MP, who is your MP, whom you can talk to, they will elect similarly their PM as such, who can talk to them, who can listen to them, who can report to them. But if you do it, but you are electing directly PM whom you don't know. You are electing directly a PM about whom you know nothing and you don't know what PM is. And you are ignoring your MP, but his name is there in the list. That is the reason he is your MP. Otherwise, that MP has no connection to you. So, existence of MP is hoax. Existence of Lok Sabha MPs is completely hoax. Super redundant means they are not required. Elections of member of legislative assemblies is hoax. They are not required because you are voting for chief minister and you are voting for prime minister. So why not to change this provision then? Change it. Let us say we'll elect one PM and CM and remove these white elephants. What is their need? If we are not using them, why we need them? For what? Let PM do everything. Finish. But it's a question of thinking. This is what I'm thinking of. If I pay for them, if I pay for PM, I pay for ministers, I pay for MPs, I pay for CM, I pay for MLAs, I have to use them. But I am not using them. I am completely ignoring them, condoning them. Why? After all, my money is going from my pocket. They are getting benefit of that money, but I am not getting any return. They are enjoying life as MP forever. PM is enjoying forever. Where do I stand? I stand nowhere. I spend my money and I don't have any benefit. These people enjoy everything. Why do I need them? I cannot measure their work, what they do. I cannot check what they have done. They have no answer to me. Where is relation? Is formation of government on a responsibility? What for I need them? I don't need them. If I have no authority on them, I have no power on them, why do I need them? My question is that. And your question is that. Tell me what relation you have got to him in your life. Was he ever useful to you? Did you ever need him? Did you need MLA? Did you need him? Did you get them sometime in your lifetime to help you? Why I elect them? If they are helpful to me, I am paying them, but I am paying them free. I am paying my money to them free of work. So this is my fault or MP's fault? This is my fault or government fault? Whose fault is this? They have made people to their use, not constitution. Constitution is crystal clear. Don't blame constitution. Blame your understanding. I don't understand why you start thinking of PM only when you don't know anything about PM. We don't know anything about PM. We start thinking we like this person PM, we like this person PM. Unnecessarily. Unnecessarily. Modi Sarkar. Which is Modi Sarkar? Where is it written in the Constitution, Modi Sarkar? It is not Modi Sarkar. Why we call it Modi Sarkar? But no, we have to speak like that because it is convention. We have made it that way. We don't care for Constitution. This is problem in our country. This is a real problem in our country. What we think, what is real, there's a difference. We think our way and our thinking is defective, and what is right, we don't read that. If you read Constitution, you will be intelligent in governance, and this is policy, of course, Congress policy it was, and also BJP policy. They do not want, they fear public. If public know Constitution, if public understand management of government, these people in political shops, industries shall be out of politics. That's the problem. They scared of public. They want that public should not go to study Constitution. They may study physics, chemistry, mathematics, doesn't worry them. It doesn't worry them. But real knowledge of your system, they do not want to study. That is the reason that system is not part of our main education. That's the part of our law, it's different. That's what I'm saying. Government has very clever. This government or had been past governments, all were too clever. And they think people are fools. I am happy with students who is starting disputing with government about fee raise, because students have every right to get education at a reasonable fee, not as commercialized education. Education can never be commercialized. Everybody has to get education. We are not a country where everybody is rich. 70-80% people are not able to have higher education even if they are rich. They cannot get higher education because they cannot afford that. They have talent, they have knowledge, but they don't have money. Richest people can go to foreign country and get admissions. There are no problem for them. Problem lies for people like me, very poor people. We need support, and government has a duty to support them. Government is not doing its job. Government is only interested to save this money. If you want education, use your money and spend your money on education and get it. This is what government wants. Like all universities are being streamlined to that direction, that commercialized education, keep people up. They have to pay more if they want to learn. They have to pay for learning. Means we are no more a society that can come up on its own. You have to either have money or you take a loan, do whatever you want to get education, and then you have certificate. That is the problem. This problem has been caused by such resigns who do not have any intention to see people got educated. People got education means people got open their minds, open their thoughts to handle nation. And that is what resign is not interested in. They want people to touch their feet. They want people to request, to appeal to them on every issue and not to order government or command. While government requires to be ordered by citizen, because it is government of this citizen. Every citizen has a right to raise question, to put question marks, to see what's happening, to check that this is the right of everybody, which we people have to understand. If you want to see really constitution working for us, really our freedom struggle useful for us, really our money is used for us, our people's knowledge is used for us, our people who are in universities, their knowledge should go to all people, just like economy says, benefit should go to the poorest of poor. Similarly, all benefits should be taken, should be shared by every citizen of this country. That is basic requirement. Politics has marked that requirement. Political people issue manifestos, all political parties issue manifestos, but how many people care for that? And how many political leaders respond to that? We have to check it. I have not seen people raise questions during elections when these rallies are conducted. Something happens for purpose of campaigning of that election party. Nobody raises question. BJP was not asked any question. There was no one in rally who could raise this question. See your manifesto, what is written here, and tell us what you achieved. Nobody asked Prime Minister this one. This means they know well we will not ask any question. These people, political people, they know the public is not going to ask any question. This means they are already gone. They are already, can say that they least bother about us. Okay, you are gone, no problem. We don't care for you. But who will care for you? If we do like that, if we waste money, this is all wastage of money. See, we are all wasting money every day. And we are compromising every day. We people, again I'm saying, are a expert sleeping class. We argue which is not required. We just argue among us as if I am BJP and you are Congress or you are someone else. This is futile argument. We are citizens. We are not workers of these parties. But these parties works. They have work. They have workers. Let them work for them. But as citizen, I least bother about these parties. I want MPs who are competent. I want MLAs who are competent. My MP should have power to raise questions to Parliament, to raise questions to PM, and to get answer and inform me what answer is there, so that I can guide them for future work. But we are not doing that. The reasons are very many reasons. You know all those reasons. Still, we do not do that because we have our self-interests. People who have developed themselves, families who have developed, who have become professionals like doctors, law engineers, who are staying with their families, who are married and kids and they are interested in them. They are not, they have jobs, government jobs or private jobs. They are least bothered about country. You go ahead, ask them. Many of them, they won't take any interest to talk about this nation. Okay, fine, no problem. This party, that party. For them, it is only limited consideration. But for people who are not having this type of status, their consideration exclusive of food and clothing, house is distant for them. Their food and their clothing, this can give, but they don't have any further requirement except comfortable life. They are interested in their own money, which is their white or black money. They want to use this money for development of their people, for having higher education overseas countries, or having higher trade knowledge, higher investment in business, or to do more profits, to make more profit for them. This is convention. But a person who is in lower class, a person who is, can say, below poverty line, he has also right in this country. That person has a contention. I can do something. My kids can do something. Even my kid also be doctor or professor or something. Everybody has that intention, but that person is not in the capacity economically to do that. So to bring that up, education should be, if not for all, for at least 60% population free. Those who can afford, let them afford. Those who cannot afford, they should be afforded by government, by state. And it is right of citizen, because state is not paying for its from his personal pocket. There should be a provision, because until you have education, until you are educated one, you are professional one, you are exponent, you cannot get your item sold. You cannot get that. You have to sell yourself, but you can sell yourself only when you know yourself, what you are. You do not know yourself. So it is a very complicated exercise that people should do it. Our people are not doing that, unfortunately. We are not serious people. Again, I am stressing on sleeping status and seriousness. Sleeping is to be thrown out, and we have to throw it out. Satan has to throw it out. Sleep physically is okay, but sleeping mentally means you have to close your sleeping mode and open it to alive mode. You have to be alive. Live. You have to talk. You have to speak. I have seen people are least interested in writing on Facebook, etc. They are posting their photos, parties. They are only interested in photography. They are not interested in any writing about politics, about economy, about the subjects. Very few people write. Hardly, I think, 2% or 3%. 97% posters, people who are posting, just they post photography. I was here, I was here, this is my birthday party, this is my marriage party. Only that they are writing, or I am now here, or I am now there. There is no informative writing for people. They are not talking. Very few people are talking about profession, about spreading knowledge of engineering, knowledge of other professions. Otherwise, you won't find anything. This is free medium. We are getting advantage of this. We should use this. We should use this for development of profession, for development of nation. We have chance to use this. We are not using that. Why we are not using that is a big question. Why we are not using that? We did not create this platform. This is free. And if you can say you can convert this to a college, you can convert this to university, you can spread your knowledge, you can have a argument status, you can talk to, you can question to president, you can question to UNO, you can question to world bodies, you can question to your prime minister. Why don't you question? Why should I fear my prime minister? No question to fear. I am owner of this country. I have demands. I have rights. I get them. It's my money. It's not your money. You are not giving me something. I am giving you. I am giving you vote. I am giving you tax. I am giving you funding. I am giving you opportunity for you to serve public. But if you are not serving public, you are serving your interest, then what for I need you? What for? You have to serve people, but you are serving riches. You are not serving poor. You have done nothing to poor society in 5 years. Tell us one achievement you have done. One achievement is satisfying me. Give me one achievement. What you have done for poor people. You have not done anything. You have just created an atmosphere of friction among people. No society is happy. You have created frictions among society. Every day on televisions, Mandir, Masjid, Hindu, Muslim, this and that, Pakistan, Bharat, this. 6, 7 hours evening, you can say, 5 o'clock to 11 o'clock, you will find complete nonsense debate, shouting, crying as if they are throwing bombs to other country. This is our status. These are our channels. We are paying money to them. Every month we are paying. We are spending electrical bills. We are investing our time to watch these films, watch these entertainment nataks. These are nataks, serials. They are not news. Just crying, crying and crying. Anchors are crying for nonsense. Why do you cry? Where is economical discussion? Where is employment discussion? Where is innovation discussion? Where are problem discussions? Why don't you analyze issues? Why don't you tell people about J&K? What are facts? You are not disclosing facts. People want to know facts. We are paying you to tell us facts. You tell us what laws are applicable there. Why government did this? What was the reason behind that? Why are people consulted? Why opposition were not consulted? It is your job. You are our anchors. You are our reporters. You are paid for that. That's why you are there. You reply us, you provide us information. But no, you won't provide that. You are yourself judge, you are yourself advocate, you are yourself opposition, you are yourself government. Everything you concentrated on yourself just to befool us. You think we are fools? Those time has gone where people used to worship you, where people used to worship doctor. Those times are gone. Where people used to worship prime minister, those times are gone. Those times are completely gone now. You have to perform. And if you cannot perform, get lost. We don't need you. You are our enemies. You are abusing our money. You are abusing us. You are abusing this nation. We have to awaken. We don't want to see our country being destructed, being fired. This country is firing. We are on sale. Everything is on sale. And tomorrow they will say, buy this company and take one company more free. This is what's happening in this country. And we do not be serious now, we can never be serious. Serious is required. We have to study like we study in examination. Day and night we study. We practice mathematics. We study physics. We study chemistry and all. We practice and learn. Just to qualify examination, we are facing one national examination. We are facing whether we can keep this government or we have to kick out this government or we have to do solution. We have to find whether we are fit or not. We have to see whether the constitution is working for us or not. We have to see whether we are being misled or not. We have to see where do we stand. We have to solve our problems. These people are not interested in solving problems. These people have commercialized politics. They are only interested in government formation. They are not interested in public formation. You can see what's happening in Bharat. You can see what's happening in J&K. You can see what's happening in other states. Everywhere they are only interested in power. I am not interested in your powers. I am interested in service. Serve us. Your government is held, formed or not. I'm least bothered. I'm not bothered that. You are only interested in government. You buy MPs, you buy MLAs, you are only approach to buy people as if they are commodities, but I don't allow this. You have to buy my problems. You buy my problems, I'm with you. You deliver to me solution, I'm with me. I am with you. You buy my problems and solve them. You did nothing in freedom time, but you do now. You contribute now, but you are not doing that. You run away from answers and questions. If somebody raises a question, run away. Why? I am paying you to answer me. My vote is money. My tax is money. You have to answer that. Who will respond in your place? I appointed you MP. I appointed through MP you PM. So you answer me. MP answer me. MP doesn't come to me. Never. MLA does not come to me and forget PM. So who will answer me? I don't understand who shall answer me. After I am client, I am honor. I am sorry. This is not politics. This is a pressure only. You want to pressure public by defecting public of their facilities, by delocating them. Unnecessary, you are harassing people. Unnecessary. Increase fees of IITs, increase fee of universities, and do nothing for them. Just increase fees. Was the government Nehru fool who just kept fees very small? Was he a fool? You are intelligent. Only you are intelligent. People are not fool. Remember, they have been misled for 5 years and for another 5 years, but they are now awakening. And remember, people are people. People are people. They did not leave Ram also. Who are you? Better open your eyes first and be sincere to people, or you are not God. Remember, many have come and many have gone. Countries stay there, people stay there. And Modis have come and Modis have gone. Who bothers about Modi? Who bothers about Rahul? Who bothers about someone? Nobody bothers about anyone. You have to leave one day. Better leave good stay. Listen to people, solve their problem. Your Ambani shall not help this country. They are all robbers. They are taking money from bank and looting and running away. There are people like that. And then say we have done this. All have run away with money. And they have done this. Ultimately, sufferers are public. People are suffering. You are not suffering. You are enjoying. Going to this country, going to Japan. What you have brought from that country? Why you? This is internet age. No need of going anywhere. You can talk to people from here itself. Why you want to go? 10 times you are going to Japan, so many times you are going to China, so many times you go. What for you are going there? What are these ministers doing? Tell me. You have a team of 60 ministers. What they are doing? I am paying to them. What they are working for? To stay in bungalows? That's all. This means you are not capable to extract work from them. Why should PM go everywhere when there's no need? You are wasting time just for 10 minutes speech there. You can speak from here itself. You can write some statement of Mr. can speak. What's wrong with that? You will not do that because you want to earn your image only. And my vote is not for your image, for your performance. Manmohan Singh never got his image. He was insulted by you. He was insulted by BJP. He was insulted by every day. He was insulted. But it is today we know what he was. People insulted him, chamcha to Sonia, puppet to Sonia. But now he has proved Modi is puppet, BJP is puppet. He did something silently which you cannot do in 7 births. That is MMS. Bhakts should listen. You fools. You have to understand this. Well, facts are facts. Well, I stop here. I'll talk next one because it's already too late. Thank you very much. Bye. Jai Bharat.